Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome. So today's continuous discussion on Bhagavad Gita, the Gita Gyan program. And today is 8th November 2024, Friday. So on this auspicious month of Kartik, so we have gathered here to discuss on chapter 18, which is very, very auspicious. And of course, today we had a good journey, I believe. For the last 18 days or 18 session. So we were together. I think we overshoot more than a month. And we have underwent lots of discussion, many different topics we discussed. And but one thing is that I tried my best to explain the essence of that Gita, of that chapter, to my utmost knowledge. Okay. Of course, I am not perfect and I am not what do you call very educated person, but I just tried myself best to share as much as I can to my best knowledge. All right. So all I dedicate to my spiritual master and also to Srila Prabhupada and entire Guru Parampara. Without their mercy, this is not possible. Okay. So before we start, so let's do our Mangala Charan. So let's invoke auspiciousness. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam. Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakada Damadaya Nagaragramataline Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachari Starine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshapanavi Devi Daitaye Kripa Daye Krishna Sambandha Viknana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jola Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namustute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dina Tarine Rupanuga Viruddha Patidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtai Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Bujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupai Rupanuga Vrayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestum Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Shri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So, as I say just now, we have already passed 18 days. And I believe that all of you have got a glimpse of the understanding of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So, is there anything that you like to share? Any takeaway that from our chapter 17? Okay, none. All right. So now in chapter 17, we studied about the division of faith, right? And today we are coming to the final chapter, the chapter 18. In this chapter 18, the title is the perfection of renunciation. Okay, because attachment is the mother of all trouble. Okay, all of us are getting into trouble, stress, distress. In fact, taking birth again, taking birth in varieties kind of species of life, all because of attachment. So now, the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is how to detach. Okay, all of us are somehow or other have to be attached to something. Okay, there's no such thing that you say that I don't attach to anything, or just like desire. Every species, every human being, every living entity, okay, all of them has a desire. We cannot say I'm desireless, no such thing. All right, because that is part of that creation. That's the what they call that usually we have desire. So now what we are doing is we are simply changing the desire from material desire, we are changing into spiritual desire. Okay, we are converting the desire. And similarly, attachment. So what we are doing is we are removing that attachment from this material bondage, and we are detaching from material condition of life, and we are getting attached to spiritual condition of life. So that means we are detached from material world, we are getting attached to spiritual world. All right. So in chapter 18, that's the topic, the perfection of renunciation. So how can we renounce? What is the perfection of that renunciation? Okay. So Krishna explains the meaning of renunciation and the effects of the modes of nature on human consciousness and activity. He explains Brahman realization, the glories of Bhagavad Gita, and the ultimate conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, okay, which is the highest truth of religion, is absolute, unconditional loving surrender unto Lord Krishna, which frees one from all sins, bring one to complete enlightenment, and enable one to return to Krishna's eternal spiritual abode. So that is the goal, because we have passed through this life so many in many varieties. Okay, as we have discussed that in very detail, how precious is human life. Like example, the day I saw that leech entered my house early in the morning, around 5 o'clock in the morning. I thought it's a leaf, but my daughter said no, it looks like a leech, because I've got a pond and it attracts so much of leeches. So the leech, now it's rainy season, the leech came. And I've not noticed. So when I just caught that leech, I just put it on a paper and I start to see, it doesn't have anything. It has a kind of tail at the back. Or maybe I don't know whether it's a back or front. Okay. And when I tried to take the leech out, the leech became like so stuck to the floor. It doesn't want to come out because of attachment. That means that the body, is afraid. It doesn't want to come out of that. And after that, once I push it, then after that, when I turn it back, I could see that kind of vibration, at the back, the things like vibrate. I mean, it is undergoing some kind of fear or frustration. Imagine how abominable birth is that. Okay, how abominable. So leech comes under the category of underground. That means first is three senses. I think 2 or 3 senses. It only has 2 or 3 senses. But it is moving. All right, it is moving. It is protesting. When I'm trying to, the leech thought that I'm going to kill, it is protesting. Okay, it's just like sit, leave me alone. Okay, it is protesting, and you can see that it has taken a birth which is extremely abominable. Okay, that is what happened if a person gives up or wastes this precious opportunity of a human birth. To be born as a human, it's very rare. Okay, we have studied in chapter 15, right? Manushyanam Sahasresu. Out of thousands of human beings who have attained perfection, they hardly knows me. They hardly knows me as the supreme person, or they don't surrender to me. Okay, even though they have attained perfection. At the same time, out of millions of births, a person who are fortunate, gets a human body. And out of millions who have taken a human body, one rarely knows Krishna as God. There's so many millions of people around the world. How many of them knows that Krishna is the supreme personality? Very rare. And out of millions of people who knows Krishna as the supreme personality, especially the Indians, all right? The Indians, especially, okay, like for instance, and they hardly surrendered to him. When I became a devotee, all right, when I became a devotee around 93, in the year 93, 31 years ago, I was born and bred into a very orthodox South Indian family, whereby my grandfathers are from India and my paternal uncle all from India. All right, some or other my parents end up here. So we grew up not praying to Krishna. Okay, so usually for Deepavali, I remember they used to make that the footprint. That's all. That's all the prayers. But other than that, okay, when I became a devotee, my grandfather protested. My grandfather told, "Hey, why you look like this? Why you putting this up way? That is not Indian God." Until they can say that Krishna is a North Indian God, he doesn't belong to South Indian, right? South Indian, right? He's a North Indian God. Okay, and they don't know the difference between Krishna and Vishnu, because in South Indian there's a lot of people are worshipping Vishnu, like Perumal, like Venkatachalapati, right? So if I were to put something like this and with a red line, okay, they accept, oh, this is Vishnu. They don't even know the difference. Okay, so like that. So there's even though that Indians naturally knew Krishna as a supreme, knew Krishna as God or part of the God, they hardly surrenders to him. Then after that, those millions of people who have surrendered to him, okay, Krishna says they hardly attain me. So to attain Krishna, it is something which is not possible. Okay, like for instance, when you look at Gujaratis, Marathis and all these people, they naturally worship Krishna. Okay, they naturally worship Krishna and they know Krishna is a supreme personality, but they don't surrender, but they can't go to Goloka. They can't give up this body and go and attain this thing called the perfection. Why? Because that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. All right, what he says, evam parambara praptam. So whatever knowledge that we're going to acquire, we have to get it from the Guru Varga or the Guru Parampara or the descendant. It is not like out of blue, suddenly you just accept one Parampara and start to believe in that. Right? It is not the way of life that you can create out of concoction, mental concoction. It has to come through, the knowledge has to pass down through the Guru Parampara. Imagine when the thing comes under the Parampara system or the Guru disciple, it comes under that lineage. All right. So every Guru, every Acharyas, they'll give commentary and they make that knowledge more tastier, more nectarian. All right. And for the past, at least when you see that when Lord Chaitanya came, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form of who's Radha Krishna came to earth around 500 years before in Navadvip, Bengal, he came and introduced among all that avatar, iti chamsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. It's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Even there is lots of avatar. You can see Narayana, you can see Vishnu, you can see Venkatachalapati, you can see Narasingha, you see Ramachandra. All varieties of incarnations are there. But do know that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Right? See, like from the water, I create many varieties of drinks. Okay. I take it, I make some juice, fruit juice. I make some apple juice. I make orange juice, pineapple juice, varieties. There are varieties of creation I create from water. All right. So I also make, say like tea, I make coffee, I make Milo, I make this, I make that, everything. Even its expenditure. But the original form of the liquid is water. Even the water has taken many forms. The original form is water. Similarly, the original personality of Godhead is Sri Krishna. That's why in Srimad Bhagavatam says, Iti Chamsa Kala Pumsa, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Okay, do any one of you, I think Vaishnava Krupa, do you remember that verse? Because I don't have a phone with me. I don't know where I put my phone. Do you remember the verse, Prabhu? Iti Chamsa Kala Pumsa, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Then after that, there's a continuous. Can anyone? Charanalakshmi Mataji, do you remember that verse?
No, Prabhu, sorry.
Okay, anyway. If I remember, I'll try to share in the group, right? It is in a Canto 1. I just know that this thing, but Vyakulam, yeah, Krishna is not give it reminding me. Okay, anyway. So, Iti Chamsa Kala Pumsa, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swai. So, Krishna is the original personality of God. Okay, and others are his expansion. And even 5,000 years ago, Krishna also mentions that in Bhagavad Gita. Worship me in this form. Right? It tells Arjuna in chapter 11, right? Chapter 11 is the... okay, let me see. Chapter 11, the universal form, is it? Worship me in this form. Worship me in this form of Krishna. Right? So, but of course, many have read it, and but Krishna himself in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came down and re-established that thing. And ever since then, and Krishna started to introduce, and all the acharyas, all the Guru Varga, okay, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's and his disciples and the lineage, start to create this kind of the thing called the highest perfection in bhakti. All right. The highest perfection in bhakti is prema bhakti. Okay. And we have also studied about this, the what they call. We also have studied about the yoga ladder. Okay. So first we said, okay, first you start to associate with devotees. Okay. When you start to associate with devotees, the faith is created. Then after that, no, in order to first you start to have inquisitiveness. Then you go and associate with devotees, learn from them. Your faith is created. That means you start to understand, yes, that's a faith. All right. Then after that, you further your association with through the devotee, you start to learn and practice the faith. All right. Then after that, you come to the level of anartha nivirti. Okay, all that false identification, false ego will be reduced. Then after that, then you go to the level of then you get your bhakti, which is steady without any confusion. Like that, you go up. So then after that, you get the ruchi or the taste of the Lord. And after that, you go to that level of bhava. Bhava means spontaneous desire for the Lord. All right. Bhava means it's like ecstatic. Whenever you talk about Krishna, you're so excited about it, ecstatic love. Then at last, you go to the level of prema. Prema is the level which is the topmost, and it's almost impossible to attain by in a human form, or you just know something. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he recommended that you can attain the highest level of perfection in bhakti, which is called prema, in this very birth itself. So that's what we have also studied, all the things that is possible in previous yuga. In Satya Yuga, they have attained perfection by meditation. In Dwapara Yuga, in Treta Yuga, they achieve perfection by big fire sacrifice. In Dwapara Yuga, they have achieved perfection by temple worship. Do you all remember that? Can anyone just put a thumbs up or what? If you don't remember, I can just repeat again. Anyway, since it's the last chapter, can we just overshoot the time? Okay, anyway, yes, Zoom user, I think Chong Prabhu, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so Vaishnava Kripa, remember you remember that, Prabhu?
Yes.
Okay, how about others? Dasarathan, Dr. Manjeet, Kesavan? Okay, Rusan Mataji, she don't remember. Okay, so it's mentioned in the Gita it says that in Satya Yuga or the first millennium, they attained perfection by doing severe meditation. That time, the human life was 100,000 years. They meditate until the body will shrink and everything to attain perfection. Okay. Then the second yuga came, the lifespan has reduced to from 100,000 reduced to 10,000. And that is called the Treta Yuga, the second millennium. In that second millennium, they put the fire, they do fire sacrifice. They do huge fire sacrifice. Okay. And how they do? They simply chant the mantra and the fire will come. Not use the King Kong matches. Not through that. Just chant the mantra, the fire will appear, and they do that. For thousands of years, they do that to attain perfection. All right. Now, then in the third yuga or the Dwapara Yuga, what they do? They build huge temples. They build huge temples and they do a very lavish deity worship. They worship the deity so lavishly and attain perfection. All right. So this is what I see. So now, in Satya Yuga to do that kind of meditation, in Treta Yuga to perform that kind of fire sacrifice, and in Dwapara Yuga to perform this kind of huge lavish, lavish temple worship, you have to be qualified. It takes a big qualification. Not anybody can do it. A person should be very highly qualified to do that. Okay. Then in Kali Yuga, now the current Yuga, Kali Yuga means the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, or they call the Iron Age. These people can easily quarrel and people usually are very hypocrite. Okay. So in this Kali Yuga, what they call the lifespan have reduced to 100. Initially, first Yuga was 100,000. The second millennium was reduced to 10,000. The third millennium is to 1,000. And now in the fourth millennium now is reduced to 100. And now even to live up to 100 is a big question mark. Okay. Like I think 2 days ago, one of my Gita Gyan batch 2 student, she just sent me a message. She was so upset. All right. Her best friend died in an accident. 18-year-old boy. They all going on a convoy or something like that on or in the Karak highway and hit and died. So now looks like to live a long life, looks like almost impossible. All right. So when people can live up to 60, 70, all consider bonus. Okay. Nowadays, you see people, very hard for them to see them live up to 80. And those who are above 80, 90, or they are very, very pious people. So anyway, so in this age, people they don't have qualification. Because for qualification, a person has to undergo training. They have to undergo austerity. They undergo this kind of learning, which the people really don't have time. Okay, like for instance, we only can do classes once a day, maybe up to 2.5 hours. That's it. Other than that, we'll be like, we cannot absorb. Our mind will be tired. Okay, so in Kali Yuga, what Lord Chaitanya said, the Chaitanya means the one who carries the hand like this. What he said? Simply by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, a person can attain perfection. And what perfection is that? The perfection that they attain in Satya Yuga by meditation, the perfection they attain by in Dwapara, in Treta Yuga, in a fire sacrifice, the perfection a person attains by doing big temple worship in Dwapara Yuga, all these perfection can attain in Kali Yuga simply by chanting Hare Krishna. And not only that, Haridas Thakur is one of that Nama Acharya, the one who are in charge of this chanting of the holy name. He wrote a book on Hari Nama Chintamani. And what they call, Bhakti Vinod Thakur commented on that book, and that commentary is named Jaiva Dharma. Is it Jaiva Dharma? No, Jaiva Dharma is the commentary on, I think Jaiva Dharma. In that, no. My memory is dwindling. Okay, there's one book, he wrote a commentary. The commentary is, when a person sincerely chants, they can attain the highest perfection of prema simply by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is almost impossible to attain. Okay, so chanting Hare Krishna and studying Bhagavad Gita, these two has to go in parallel. Okay, it's not to say, okay, today I chant 16 rounds, but I read Bhagavad Gita once a week. No, you shouldn't do that. Every single day, a person should sit and study the Bhagavad Gita. It has to become a habit. At least one verse a day. And that one verse, study deeply. How? By reading the purport. Contemplate. All right. And of course, I always suggest you to write, to make your journal, your daily journal. What have you done today? What are the people that you have met? What was your expression? Did you show anger? Did you show hatred? Did you show frustration? All right. Why the thing? So you write down. First you write down an essay. What happened to you on that day? Right? Just write, okay, this happened. I saw the floor, I got angry. One floor came in, no? Scratched my car, I got pissed off with him, I shouted at him, this and that. Just write down. After you write down, read back what you have written and contemplate. Did you or did you not practice the principle of Bhagavad Gita? Where it went wrong and how you can correct it. By doing this, you can attain perfection very quickly because you're checking and balancing your life on a daily basis. All right. Until the time comes when, like just now I was reading one verse. Before I start, I'll just get inspired. And in that verse, Krishna says, you should understand, Arjuna, whatever activity a person, I'm paraphrasing, all right? I'm paraphrasing. He said, you should understand, Arjuna, all activities that people are performing, it has to be understood. It is done by according to the mode of the nature they are involved. That means any activity a person does, it is because he is in that mode. In chapter 14, all right? He is in that particular mode. And Krishna says, those who understand that, they will come to me. Okay. So, you understand? You all understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. In 14:19, Krishna says, Nanyam gunebhya kartaram yada drastanu pashyati gunebhyascha param vetti mad bhavam sa digacchati. When one properly sees that in all activities, no other performer is at work, then these modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord, who is the transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. All right, he attains my spiritual nature. That means we understand anything that happens around us. So did I believe that? Have I understood that? Sometimes we forget. But when you're going to check and balance, my dear Prabhus and mothers, you will not believe. Things will simply fall into places. That means you are a practitioner of Bhagavad Gita. And of course, powered by the chanting of this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you can see such a big transformation happening in your beautiful life. Okay, because other than this, the life, if it's not the life of bhakti, other than this, the life is very horrifying. Because we are walking on the razor blade. We are walking on a razor, on the edge of the razor. One wrong move, we can be cut into pieces. And when we lose that opportunity, we will fall into the darkest ignorance, and there goes everything. So as a human life, we have to be very, very, very careful and every step, right? But so that's the thing. So how to go on the steps is what is teaching in Gita. So all the things that we have understood in Bhagavad Gita, number one, we talk about first in chapter 1, Arjuna bewildered. And he said doesn't want to fight. Chapter 2, Krishna chastising. Hey, what happened to you? You are a soldier, man. You get this opportunity to fight. And you must understand, you're not going to kill them. And they also not going to kill you because you are a spirit soul. You explain about the soul, everything. All right. Then come to chapter 3, is talk about karma yoga. So the detachment the detachment from the attachment, Krishna start to explain on a very slow pace from chapter 3, Karma Yoga. And what he says, whatever you do it for the sake of duty, don't get attached to the result. So Krishna says, you should start to get detached from the result, from your activity. I am a doctor, so I am saving the patient. I will try my level best to save the patient. If the patient dies, I'm not in control. I simply do my duty and I'm not attached to the result. I am a soldier. My job is to go and shoot and kill the person. Right? Other than that, I'm not attached to the result. So detached from the result was the Karma Yoga, chapter 3. Then after that, chapter 4, Krishna added spirituality. How much of peace of mind you can attain if you can simply think like this, that you're not going to attach. All right? Then Krishna says, so then he's talk about divinity. Then in chapter 5, what Krishna says, so whatever, so first he described karma, activity, and he described bhakti. And chapter 5, he combined both. He said, now, whatever activity you do, you will have some result. And that result, you offer to the Lord. If you have noticed, Krishna never say offer to me, because Krishna have not revealed himself as the supreme personality. Because Arjuna was in anxiety. Arjuna was so confused. And that time, you can say, so, and that level, so whatever result, you just offer to the Lord. All right. So that's chapter. Then like that, it starts. So from there, you start to talk about one by one. Then you talk about your activity. Then you talk about how you should start renouncing. Okay, there's a 3 modes of material nature. And in the 3 mode, and this and that, we start, and until we came to chapter 10. In chapter 10, what they call Chatur Sloka. Chatur Sloka means the 4 sloka, the important sloka in Bhagavad Gita. You should all remember that Chatur Sloka, which comes under chapter 10. 9 to
8,
okay.
9, 10, 11.
9, 10, 11,
Okay.
Prabhu.
8, 9, 10, 11. Chapter 8,
9, 10,
text 8, text 9, text 10, and text 11. Okay, these 4 sloka is very, very important, because in these 4 sloka, the entire essence of Bhagavad Gita is inside there. And what is that? The chapter text 8, Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material world. All right. We have also spoke about that. How? From Lord Karna Dakshay Vishnu, okay, from his body, the bubble came out. And after that, he expanded as Garbho Dakshay, he entered into every bubble. And after he entered into every bubble as Garbho Dakshay, from his navel came up, Brahma was born. And from Brahma to the bottom, Garbho Dakshay is a 14th planet. So we are in the middle planet, which is gross and subtle. The planet above us is all subtle. And the planet below the thing is all 100% gross. All right. And that time, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu asked a fantastic question. All right. So we discussed that in detail. Then he's telling, okay. And from there, then after that, he created, then he became Vishnu. That means he expanded from from Garbho Dakshay Vishnu, he expanded as Shiro Dakshay Vishnu. And Shiro Dakshay Vishnu is called the localized Vishnu. So he expanded, number 1, as a Paramatma who lives in our heart. Number 2, he entered into every atom. And number 3, he stayed in Sweta Dvip, the Vaikuntha in this planet. And became the administrator, along with Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. All right, the 3 duties. So in 8, that's why Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material world. Everything emanates from me. What the word emanate means? The thing come out. Okay, for instance, when we see, all right, there's a smell emanate from something, say a dead body. There's a smell, there's staunching, the stenching smells emanating from that. Means it's emanating me, that's coming from inside out. So that's why Krishna says that everything emanates from me. The wise, that means the intelligent person who perfectly know this, engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. That's the first one. Then after that, the second sloka, Krishna continues. The first thing he says, everything come from me. And those wise people who knows this, they worship me with all their heart. Okay, remember that. And number 2, Chatur Sloki number 2, what Krishna says, Mat Chitta, Mat Gata, Prana. He says, the thoughts of my pure devotee always think about me. Okay. And their life fully devoted to me. All right. At the same time, they derive great satisfaction talking about me. All right. So what is the three things? One is that the thought of the pure devotee always dwells in Krishna. Then their life is fully dedicated in serving Krishna. And number three, they take lot of satisfaction talking about Krishna. Okay. So that is a three thing that we studied in the second verse. And the third Chatusloka, what we have understood. After that, he says, after that, Krishna says the third secret. He says, those who are constantly tesam satatam yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. He says, those who constantly is not whenever you wish like, whenever you feel like it. No, constantly devoted. Those who are constantly devoted in serving me with love. So Krishna wants that love. Okay. Those who priti, that's why I say bhajatam priti. So the word priti purvakam means priti means priyam. Priti means it's also called love. So those who constantly devoted to serving me with love, Krishna says this very clearly. I give that understanding which they can come to me. Do you all get it? So what is the first thing we have understood? That Krishna says he's the source of everything. Number two, he says that the thoughts of my pure devotee always dwells in me. Always the pure devotee always think about him. They always devoted to him, fully devoted to him. And they take so much of pleasure talking about him. That's the second verse. The third verse, now what we understand, that those who devoted, the pure devotee always constantly devoted in serving Krishna, serving him with love. Krishna says, I give that understanding, okay, by which they can come to me. So that understanding of we going back to Krishna is very mysterious. We are studying in Bhagavatam, we are studying in Bhagavad Gita, we are chanting Hare Krishna, and we don't know how the thing will happen. I think I gave an example of one of Prabhupada's disciple who got HIV positive, AIDS, because he fell off. After Prabhupada left the world, he fell off. Then after that, he had a very wrong lifestyle. He died. He was having a disease, and at the last moment, he's dying. Okay, he's in the deathbed. But before that, Prabhupada, he told, if only you do this, you preach in France or something like that, you spread this thing, at the moment of your death, I will personally come and take you back. Right? And after that, he dedicated his life, he did a fantasy, but of course, we are, to err is human, right? The fourth defect of human, the tendency to make mistake, the tendency to be illusion. So it happened. So the person fell down. But eventually at the time of death, when his body, have you seen the AIDS patient? You can Google it, the last moment, how the AIDS patient looks like. They look like a cancer patient. They only got skeleton, everything shrinked. He can't even move. So the last moment when the doctor was there, suddenly, like this, he just got up. And the doctor got a shock because he was so weak, he can't even get up. He just got up and he looked at the door and said, Prabhupada, you are here. And boom, he fell down and died. And the doctor was shocked. And people asked, what happened? I don't know. He just got up and he said the word something like Prabhu, like Prabhupada or something like that. He just, Prabhupada, you are here. Pum, fell back. So how are we going to go back to Krishna? It is the mysterious way that Krishna has decided and planned for you authentically. There is nothing that we can generalize. We are seeing all the promises of Krishna because that's what we're going to study in chapter 18. You might be wondering why I have not gone into the chapter yet. Because I just want to make you understand this. When you go to chapter 18, Krishna promise you. That's when you'll appreciate that promise. All right. So he says, I will come and I will what they call, I give that understanding. I will tell you. The understanding means what? It's not going to tell you theoretically. You understand in your heart, according to your own authentic way, your original, your special link. Just like your thumbprint is authentic. The way you look is authentic. Nobody looked like you before, and nobody going to look like you in the future. Your thumbprint, no one has it before, and no one going to have it in the future. Authentic. Similarly, Krishna going to declare it to you. He's just going to give you the understanding, right? How you can attain him. Then the last fourth verse, the Chatur Sloki, says, to show the special mercy. That means to show that devotee a special mercy. All right. We are all trying. Like yesterday, I was like grumbling, I was like thinking, and this whole morning I was just thinking about this. I don't have love, I don't have taste, and I'm just pretending to be a devotee. I'm trying my best to be a devotee. I just couldn't. Right? I don't have taste, nothing. So I was just thinking, Krishna, when, how? And I just don't know how. But suddenly this verse, when yesterday night, when we discussed, because we discussed this verse in our Namahat center yesterday night. Right? So yesterday what he says, so that's why Krishna says, to show them, you just need to put your effort only. And Krishna says in the fourth verse, the fourth secret, that to show them special mercy. Okay? I who dwells in the heart, that means we have Krishna in Paramatma in the heart. What he does, he's in your heart, right? He will destroy the darkness born of ignorance. He destroy the darkness which is born out of ignorance. And what is the ignorance? I'm the body, I'm a human being, this is me, this is the world is mine, the house is mine, the computer is mine, the car is mine, the children is mine, the wife is mine. That kind of ignorance. He will destroy that ignorance, that born out of darkness. How? Through the, what they call? Through the shining lamp of knowledge. So Krishna will inspire you from the heart. So that is the fourth sloka, which summarizes the entire Bhagavad Gita. So with all these things, so we studied that. So as we go on, then after that, Krishna showed his universal form, and Arjuna was so overwhelmed. He said, who are you? Please tell me. Right? And after that, what are the things that he saw in the universal form? He saw that all the Kauravas and Pandavas entering into his mouth, and he's chewing them, and some of them are crushed, the head and the helmet all crushed in between the teeth. All right, with the blood oozing and everything. And it was such a scary thing. And Arjuna started to tremble. He said, I am not, how you put it, all the demigods that looking at you, all are trembling. Because he saw everybody. He said, every one of them are trembling, including me, Krishna. Please remove this, come back to your original form. So come back to your four-handed form. Then after that, come to your two-handed form. Then from that horrifying form, he all destroy and all will disappear. And after that, he come in the four-handed form as a Kshirodakshay Vishnu, that as a Paramatma. Then after that, he come back to his original two-handed form. And Arjuna is specified. Then Arjuna asks, who are you? Please tell me the truth. Then Krishna says, I am the time, I am the Kala that came to destroy everybody except you, Arjuna, and the Pandavas. Both on that side and this side, both will be slain. Okay. So that is 11. Then after that, we went into chapter 12. What we have studied in chapter 12. Okay. We studied in chapter 12, the devotional service. All right. So Krishna start to say how you can attain me. That's a devotional service, something like 20 verses. I encouraged everybody to read this chapter every day. It's only going to take you a few minutes. Read the chapter every day, only the verses. Then if you have time, study the purport. All right. Then after that, when we went to the nature, chapter 30, we talk about nature, enjoyer, and the consciousness. Then chapter 14, we spoke about the three mode of material nature. Okay. And the chapter 15, we talk about the yoga of the Supreme Person. Okay. Then okay. Then yoga. Then also we studied about chopping down the tree, banyan tree, which is upside down, through the knowledge and through detachment. So that itself, you have to cut down the tree of the existence through the knowledge and detachment. Then chapter 16, we studied about divine and demonic nature. And what is the demonic nature? I have it now. I'm going to have more in the future. And whoever my enemy comes, I'm going to kill them. And I'm rejoicing, and I do some little sacrifice. I'm doing little charity, and therefore I will rejoice. I'll be very happy. That kind of thoughts. Then in chapter 17, we spoke about the divisions of faith, that what happened, the people in the mode of goodness, people in the mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So how the faith started, we start from the worship. People in the mode of goodness, they worship the demigods. People who mode of passion, they worship the human being or demons, demonic people. And people in the mode of ignorance, they worship the ghost and spirit. Then after that, we talk about the austerity of the mind. All right. the austerity of the, okay, what are the mode of goodness, passion, and care? Then most important, we spoke about the austerity of speech. So what is austerity of the speech? The austerity of the speech is we should be speaking something, the truthful, and the truth has to be conveyed in a very pleasant way. And the third thing is, we also must determine whether it's going to be beneficial to me to speak about this. And number 4, it shouldn't be agitating. All right. If you can practice this, you will never quarrel with anyone. When people start to tell, you just say, oh, Krishna, you are speaking. I know the mode of nature is in action. The person is angry, he's in the mode of ignorance. He's just okay, just tolerate. Hare Krishna, sorry, just go off. You're going to create extraordinary peace. Right? So with that, now let's start our chapter 18. Because it's chapter 18 is going to summarize all this. You may wonder why I'm talking about all this, because today is a final day, and maybe some of you might not be joining my next class or this thing. So in one sitting, we try to understand as much as you can. So from there, you expand. All right? Okay. Any questions? You all got a rough idea? At least for today, you can do thumbs up, say yes, no, don't care. Oh, okay, so okay. Thank you. All right, so ISKCON Malaysia, in collaboration with ISKCON First Garden Bhakti Yoga Center, Ipoh, proud to present the Gita Gyan, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, the final chapter. All right, let's take darshan from this such a beautiful Sri Sri Nittai Gauranga, who is the merciful incarnation, who came to deliver every human species, everybody. When you chant Hare Krishna in one place, 500 meters in circumference, everything is liberated. All right. So you're going to liberate the thing in the subtle form, like a ghost and spirit, or all the kind of living entities that hears that mantra, everyone get purified. Such a munificent and merciful incarnation of Krishna. Such a beautiful deity, Sri Sri Radha Krishna. All right. So today we dedicate our program to His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And this program was inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. He's a governing body commissioner and spiritual master, who always encourage the disciple to go out and preach and go for outreach. Try to encourage many people, tell them in such a way, in a very pleasant way, just as I say, speak the truth, speak it in a very pleasant way, and this thing. So not agitate everyone, because everyone thinks that Hare Krishna movement is the movement of brainwashing. All right, people join Hare Krishna, they become crazy, they give up everything, and it's a brainwashing movement. Actually, we are not brainwashing anyone. We are making you realize, so you wash your own brain. All right. So we are not sitting here and like brainwash Ji Bumba, right? So far in 17 days we were together. I think I just conveyed the message. It's up to you to take it or leave it, or take it and practice it, take it, assimilate, or take it, at least think about it. But the choice is entirely your decision. It is not something that we're going to convince you to do that. All right. So we just present to you in a very scientific way. It's up to you to take it or leave it. All right. So that is the thing. And okay, and also dedicate to my very dear God brother, His Grace Anadi Jagannath Prabhu of Bengaluru ISKCON Sheshadipuram. He's the creator and brainchild of the Essence of Bhagavad Gita program worldwide. Such a wonderful soul. And I think in my entire devotional life, I'm very, very fortunate to get to know him, to associate with him. He personally encouraged me. And by his mercy, I've managed to distribute 5,400 Bhagavad Gita in 10 months. 5,400 Bhagavad Gita, 200 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam, thousands of chanting back and beats, and I'm not sure how many small books. And the outreach program, we went up to preach up to Cambodia. I've started this Cambodia preaching program. Then also outreach program to Singapore, and we got students from France, Singapore. Then the girl in Singapore, at last she became a devotee, and she carries a Bhagavad Gita with her. All right. So I became so passionate, and I told her to go and preach. And she asked me, okay, that girl asked me, said, Prabhu, what should I do? I said, don't just try to preach to the Chinese. All right, that's our goal, to preach to the Chinese. And because that's what Prabhupada wanted. Prabhupada predicted that they are the last to join. but when they come in, they're going to conquer the world. Right? So that's the effort that I've been doing, my passion all the while. And I told her, you know what she do? She booked the Grab. When she booked the Grab, when the driver is Malay or Indian, she cancel it. Then again, she booked, and she see the driver is Chinese, she take the Grab, and she get in the car, she immediately start to talk and give them a Bhagavad Gita. Can you imagine? And through that, she made one person to come to temple, and she became a devotee. And the Grab driver became a, she said that she has come to, he have already got the taste. Right? So she's doing a fantastic job there. So all these things is just by the blessings of Anadi Jagannath Prabhu. Right? If at all he have not created this Gita Gyan program, I was always wondering how we going to do it. And of course, Krishna sent him, but Krishna wanted him back with him. So he took him away when he was young, where he was not very old, he was even younger than me. But Krishna wants him more than any one of us. But of course, even though he's no longer with us, but his legacy will live on as long the Gita Gyan program runs. And now, through this program, now the previous batch, we have this one devotee from Trinidad, Tobago. Now he's taking up, he told me that he's doing the classes every Saturday and Sunday. He's trying out. And of course, he's spreading all over. I hope one day Gita Gyan program is going to be a standard preaching or training program in ISKCON. All right, let's look at this understanding of Gita. The forgetful living entities or conditioned soul. That means, what do you mean? The forgetful living entity. That means we have forget. All right. Or it's also called as the conditioned soul. Okay. Have forgotten their relationship with the Supreme Lord, and they are engrossed in thinking of material activities. Just to transfer their thinking power to the spiritual sky, Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa of Vyasadev has given a great number of Vedic literature. Okay. First, he divided Vedas into 4. Then he explained them in the Puranas. And for less capable people, he wrote the Mahabharata. All right, in Mahabharata. And in the Mahabharata, there was given a Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So for the less capable people. Okay. Then all the Vedic literature is summarized in the Vedanta Sutra. I think we have spoke about that, right? All the Vedic literature was summarized in the Vedanta Sutra for the future guidance. Okay. He gave the natural commentation of the Vedanta Sutra, which is called Srimad Bhagavatam. We must always engage our mind in reading this Vedic literature. Just as materialists engage their mind in reading newspaper, magazine, and so many materialistic literature, we must transfer our reading to these literature which are given to us by Vyasadeva. In that way, it will be possible for us to remember the Supreme Lord at the time of death. That is the only way suggested by the Lord, and he guarantees the result. There is no doubt. All right. So sometimes when you are in certain kind of job, if you're in medical line, you have to keep reading the latest journal. You have to keep abreast. You have to keep updated with the latest, what they call, improvement in any kind of job. All right. Even in my kind of job as a Forex trainer, I have to be always upfront. I always must know what is the latest news, latest economic impact, all these things. I have to keep on doing it. Like I believe all of you are working, you have to keep reading and you see. So similarly, what Prabhupada is saying here, that if you want us to go back to Godhead, we have to go on reading and keep ourselves updated, right? Of the result, how we're going to go back to Godhead. And this is also recommended by the Lord. And Krishna and Prabhupada says, and Krishna says, he guarantees the result. There's no doubt. Okay. So let's look at today's Gita Mahatmya, the glories of Bhagavad Gita. Jayate satatam sakyam sarva jiva ganesaha prarabdam bunjato vapi Gita vyasa ratasya cha. Prarabdha. Can any one of you recall what is prarabdha? Anyone? What is prarabdha?
The seed of karma.
Very good. The seed that waiting. Very good. Kesavan also. Fantastic. So previous karma that is waiting to be fructified. There's 3 types of karma, right? For millions of birth, we have taken birth in this place. The first is called Sanchari karma, which stays in the godang, in a go down, waiting for this thing. So they take portion, partial, and kept in your godang, right? Go down. So waiting to fructify. They call prarabdha karma. And the thing that fructify and the one that you're going to suffer now or tomorrow is called Kutta Karma. Where you find it? You find it in your palm. Prarabdha Karma, you see it in your astrological chart. What is your journey and what are the things that you're going to enjoy and suffer in this world? So what Krishna says here, that in Vaishnava Tantra Sara, it says, a person who devoted to studying the Gita, devoted, keep the Gita with you, travel with Gita, carry the Gita wherever you go, you fly with Gita, you sleep with Gita, keep the Gita at your bedside, not on your bed. If you have a study place, just keep it at Gita. First thing, last thing before you go to bed, look at the Gita. First thing you wake up, look at the Gita. All right? Keep Gita close to your heart. All right? And be always devoted. The person who is devoted to studying the Gita acquires a friendly disposition. You will be very friendly to all living beings. All right? You look very pleasant. You look very nice. Despite his occurring reaction. Okay? Despite all the reaction of his previous action in this world. So all the actions that you have done in this thing, all like previous birth karma, or maybe say like example, I've given an example of a prostitute, right? A prostitute who studied the Gita and became a devotee. So despite she's been a prostitute and had all this kind of bad character, but when she started to devote in studying the Gita, she started to create a friendly disposition that until people forget that formerly she was a prostitute. All right. So if you think that you are not a lovable person, you are not loving, loved, or beloved, if you think that you are living in a nutshell, if you think that people don't like me, people don't love me and everything, study the Gita. So that's why it says a person who's devoted, he acquires a friendly disposition. And you try it and see. All right. Even sometimes that day when, quite some time back when the policeman stopped me, he looked at my face. We had a good chat. After that, kenapa Encik tahan saya? Tak apalah, jalan. Of course, we are not trying to make use. I'm just giving an example. All right. So now what you can do, you just take a selfie of your face. Try it and see. Take a selfie before. And after that, you're going to continue studying the Gita very religiously. You start to chant Hare Krishna very nicely. After, take your photo and you see a huge difference in the way you look. Okay. I'm not saying try it yourself and tell me whether it works or not. Yes, Rusan Mataji, try it. Now you take a photo of you. Now you study your Gita, you chant your Hare Krishna. 2 months, 3 months later, you start to see your face. Your face looks totally different. You look divine, right? This is an open challenge. I'm telling you because I've tried. I have seen so many people are doing it. All right. Like there's one doctor who came to me for this extremely stressed until she got a blood, extremely depressed, extremely stressed. And today, now her face, she looks so divine. All right. Is my okay? Her face looks so pleasant. Her face looks so divine. All right. Try it and see. All right. Let's start at chapter 18. Conclusion: the perfection of renunciation. Arjuna vacha sanyasasya mahabaho tattvam ichchami veditum tyagasya cha hrishikesha pratakeshi nishudana. O mighty armed one, Arjuna said, "Oh, mighty armed one, I wish to understand." Now Arjuna is asking a question that I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation. What is the point you're asking to renounce? What is the purpose? Tyaga. Tyagam seiradhu. Tyaga. So renunciation, what is the purpose? Okay. And of the renounced order of life. And also you want to know what is renounced order of life, which is sannyasa. There be a monk. Oh, killer of Keshi demon, master of the senses. So now Krishna asked a very valid question. I wish to understand. He didn't say, I wish to know. If I wish to know, I simply tell you. I wish to understand means I will have to teach you. Do you agree? If when I say, okay, I wish to understand that means I'm going to teach you. If I want to know, I will tell you. So telling and teaching is two different things. Telling, I just tell you. Teaching, I have to teach, I have to speak in such a way that the technical part and the application part that you understand it. All right? Because when you understand, you apply. But when you want to know, you just got to know. It's just another information for you. That's all. All right? So he says, I wish to understand. Tattvam, ichchami. Tattva means the thing, veditum. Tyagasya. What is the purpose of Tyaga? Tyaga means renunciation. And of the renounced order of life. What does it mean? And Krishna starting to speak. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kamyanang Karmanang Nyasam Sanyasam Kavayo Viduhu Sarva Karma Pala Tyagam Prahus Tyagam Vichakshana. So Krishna starts, he says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the giving up all activities that are based on material desire. All right? That means giving up all activities based on material desire is what great learned men call the renounced order of life, sannyasa. And giving up the result of activities is what wise call as renunciation, tyaga. See, now see how Krishna explains. So what it says here, Krishna says here, giving up all activities that are based on material desire. Okay, I got a material desire. I want to live in a big house. I want to live in a big car. I want to own a big car. I want to be with my family. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to have that. I want to play with my grandchildren. I want this. I want that. I'm still materially motivated. Right? Before I go to bed, I'll put a plan. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I'm going to take my grandchild out for a breakfast. I'm going to play with this. So this kind of material desire. Okay? So to give up all this, we call sannyasa. Are you all following me on this? Yes, Chang Prabhu?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
You want to say something?
No.
Okay. So, sannyasa means to live renounced order of life. So, renounced order of life means he renounced the sense of the sight and the object, renounced the sense of ears and the object, renounced the sense of tongue and the object like the food stuff, and the renounce of the sense of touch, which is sexual or all this. So all these things they renounce. So how can you renounce? That means your eyes, the nature of your eyes to see, and now you choose not to see. Where can? Somewhere they did see. So now they have already retired from family life. They have done all their job. Their wife is they pass the wife to the son and say, please take care of your mother. All right? Now goes and accepts sannyasi. Sannyas. So when he accepts sannyas means he have given up all the sense object and now he start to engage all the 100% Krishna conscious. Sannyasi. So now what Krishna says here, that giving up activities that are based on material desire, it is called the renounced order, sannyasi. Okay. And secondly, those who give up the result of activities. I am doing this, the result I offer to Krishna. All right. I am performing this class or I'm performing this job. The result of that activity, the result, I don't take it. I don't say, oh, because of me, you became this. Because of me, me. You just give up all that. All the results. See, I do something when I'm going to get name and fame. No, please. This belong to Krishna. I'm just an instrument. By renouncing all this to Krishna is called, this is called, giving up all activities is called the renunciation or tyaga. Do you all follow me on this? So, giving up material desire is renounced order. But giving up the result is called renunciation. Are you all following me? Any one of you confused? Skanda Prabhu? Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu.
Rusan Mataji, you want to say something?
Explain again.
Okay. What I'm saying is, renounced order means sannyasi. That means I'm taking into a renunciation lifestyle. I've accepted the order of renunciation. I don't even wear this kind of clothes. I wear saffron. I become a monk. They call renounced order. Okay. The renounced, okay, yes, I highlight for you. Okay. So that means when you see that renounced order, okay, renounced order means I renounce everything. Nothing belongs to me. Even I don't live in the house. I go and stay in the monastery. All right. I don't care about food. Somehow or other, whatever I get, I live with that. That's called renounced order. And that order we call as sannyasi, sannyasa. Okay. Now, the second is when you talk about giving up the result. Giving up the result of activities. That means I don't take any benefit from the activity. This is called as renunciation, which is called as tyaga. Okay, you got it? Oh, good.
Got it, Prabhu. Got it.
Okay, anyone don't get it? Because you must understand this very clearly. Because I'm going to say something, is that renunciation is important or not? Let's see what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. All right? So that means renounced order means you're accepting the order that you give up everything is called sannyasi. But second is giving up the result of the activity. Whatever you do, you just do it for the sake of Krishna. That means I'm still married, I'm still living with the family, I'm still living with children, I'm still living in a community, but I don't take any result. I know everything Krishna says to do. I just, okay, Krishna, okay, well, I go to job benefit, I just offer it to Krishna. Okay, this is called renunciation or tyaga. So we must understand the difference between sannyasa and tyaga. Or in English, renounced order or renunciation. Okay. All right. If you don't get it, you can also refer back to the recording. All right. Now 18.5. Okay. 18.5. Krishna says, Yaknadana tapa karma natyajam karyam egvatareva pavanani manishinam. Why the internet not stable? Huh? Am I breaking?
No, it's okay. Okay. Yeah.
I just checked my internet. Oh, I'm in 2.4. Okay.
Very, very bad. Huh?
Oh, what happened? Oh, very bad, huh? Okay. Just give me a second. I just connect. I connect to 5G. Is it better now? Is it better now?
Okay.
Okay, connected to 5G. Was not good for a few seconds, Prabhu. Okay, okay. No, it was in 2.4G. Now I connect to 5G. Don't know what happened to this Maxis. All right, anyway. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Now, so now let's look at this. The Krishna's opinion on 18.5. Okay, yakna dana tapa karma natyajam karyam evatat. Yakno danam tapas chaiva pavanani manishina mani sishinam. Act of sacrifice. Okay. So act of sacrifice, charity, penance are not to be given up. So what Krishna says, the sacrifice, acts of sacrifice. Okay, when we are performing sacrifice, tyaga, right? Or the charity that we do, like we are doing this Food for Life program, we are giving charity to the Brahmana to sustain their life, or we are giving charity to the devotee, or sometimes we give charity for like book distribution, giving the book, all right? The penance means getting up early in the morning and performing all these Mangala Arati and all these things are not to be given up, Krishna says. They must be performed. So what Krishna says, you have to be actively involved. It's not giving up all these activities. All right. But after that, he says, indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even a great soul. So that means when we perform sacrifice, charity, and penance, it even purify the great souls. So that means even a person become a great soul, he should not give up all this. Because you see, there's two types of sannyasi. Now we are not talking about our Vaishnava sannyasi. We are not talking about the ISKCON, the Vaishnava like Swamiji, like, Narasimha Maharaj, like my spiritual master, Jayapataka Maharaj, Janananda Goswami. So we are not talking about them. Okay. We are talking about the standard sannyasi. All right. Like the Buddhist sannyasi, the monks, or the Mayavadi sannyasi. So when they accept sannyasi, they don't do anything. They just go to one place, they just sit down and just keep quiet and meditate. That's all. You all get it? You all understand? So this sannyasi means this is a monk. That means they have accepted monkhood and they do not want to do anything. I have opened everything. I just give up everything in life. Everything this, I just sit one place. Oh, like that. So that's what Krishna says. Sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up. Don't give up. They have to be performed. Okay, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even a great soul. Even a great soul, that means even how great devotee you become, This is even purify them. All right. So now let's look at the renunciation. This is going to speak about renunciation. Okay, what is the renunciation mode of goodness? Performing prescribed duty. That means you're performing prescribed duty because it is ought to be done. Renouncing all material association and all attachment to the fruit. That means you have to do your job, your prescribed duty. At the same time, you don't expect any, you're not attached to the result. You just simply do your job and don't expect any result. All right? Imagine, I give you one example. You're working in a bank. Okay? You're working in a bank and there's a teller. Of course, now I don't know whether the teller exists or not because everything is in the machine. So you go and give cash to them. Every day, the teller counts millions, thousands of ringgit, dollars, thousands of ringgit the floor count, right? 100, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Maybe one day he counts at least 100 or 1,000 ringgit. He count that much of money. Take it and take, and his transaction 100 or 1,000 cash, cold hard cash. Okay, but end of the month, he gets a salary of 4,000. Can you imagine how it feels? Every day, you are holding hundreds of thousands of dollars, but end of the month, that flow only get paid $4,000. You know? So what happened? Hey, this is I am doing the transaction. What happened? I take the money and put it in my pocket. Okay. I think today I'm going to take my wife for shopping. I think she wants to buy something. Okay, I just take 2,000 from the thing and put in your pocket. What will happen? Gone. All right? So that means you are doing your job, but you're not attached to the result. You are counting the money, but you're not attached to that money. Yes or not? So that's the thing. So it has to be done. And what happened in the mode of passion? Who are the people renounced in the mode of passion? That means give up prescribed duty as troublesome. Yeah, this duty, my prescribed duty is so troublesome. And out of fear of bodily discomfort. Okay. So, okay, what is my prescribed duty? I have to do and everything, but it's so troublesome. Okay. It is so troublesome to do my prescribed duty, the prescribed duty. And of course, and also out of fear of bodily discomfort. Waking up early in the morning at 3 or 4 o'clock and do Mangala Arati. All right. Sitting there and chanting and Ekadasi day you fast. You cannot lie. Ekadasi day only I feel like my hunger becomes double. Usually it's a very common thing. Other days you feel very okay, you can go on living without food. But on Ekadasi day, it seems that suddenly you become hungry, double or triple the hunger. Right? So because of that, giving up all these renounce is passion. And renunciation mode of ignorance is giving up is prescribed duty due to illusion. Right? I don't want to do my duty because of illusion. Okay. That means, in other words, I'm saying how far is true? What you're saying is right. Okay. All this nonsense. So simply give up not doing the job. That means renouncing the activity because it's illusion. It is nonsense. All right. It's in the mode of ignorance. 1812. Anishtam ishtang mishrang cha trividang karmana palam bhavatya yaginang pretya natu sanyashinam kvachit. One who is not renounced. The threefold fruits in action, desirable, undesirable, and mixed, accrue after death. But those who are in renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. So what Krishna says here, one who is not renounced, those who have not renounced, the threefold, the three types of fruits of action. Whatever things that we do, there's a three fruit. We get three result. Or in other words, we get three result. Okay, whenever I do, okay, say like, whatever action you do, see you cook, or you are trying to call, okay, you're having a party in your house, you invite people. All right. So whatever action, there's a three result. Number one is desirable. All right. Desirable result. See, when you call people to the party, to the house, you say, wow, oh no, I'm so happy for you, desirable. And second type of person, undesirable. Wow, look at the house. It's jealousy, right? And number three is mixed. That means the mixed of these two results. So these three kinds of result, everyone will experience. Okay. But those who not renounce, the three kinds of action, the fruits of action, which is desirable, undesirable, and mixed, accrue after death. Okay. Yeah, I don't have that thing. Okay, accrue after death. But those who are in the renounced order, okay, those who are in the renounced order, that means they are living as a sanya, that means they have given up all the things, okay, order of life, have no such result to suffer or enjoy. Do you all understand? What is accrue means? That means they follow after death. Okay, those who are not renounced. For those who are not renounced, the desirable, undesirable mix will follow after death. Okay, even after that means they think about it, desirable, undesirable, and the mixed, all will accrue after death. But those who are renounced, those who have really renounced, they have no such result to suffer, enjoy. Yes, Prabhu, Vaishnava Kripa, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, you can unmute yourself.
What are the threefold fruits of action, Prabhu?
What is that, Prabhu?
Threefold fruits of action. I mean desirable, undesirable, and mixed. What do you mean by that, Prabhu?
See, something example, any result that you do, anything that you do, okay, example like in any activity that we perform, any activity. Okay, Prabhu?
Okay.
We have three kind of this thing. First is desirable. That means the activity that we do, it become favorable.
Okay.
Okay. Or it also can be unfavorable. That means
Okay.
you may make some mistake. You know, you can be unfavorable. Or the third one is mixed of favorable and unfavorable.
Yeah.
You got it, Prabhu?
But why you want to talk about undesirable, mixed, and all that, Prabhu?
No, what Krishna says here,
Yeah.
for those people who are not renounced, that means they are attached. If
No.
opposite renounce means to give up.
We
Yes,
are talking
Prabhu?
about normal people, Prabhu.
Yes. That's why I say for one who is not renounced, normal
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
the karmis, the normal
Yeah.
people. Okay, what is renunciation? To give up everything, not to be attached. And opposite of that is attachment.
Okay.
You got it, Prabhu?
Yeah. Prabhu.
So the renunciation opposite is attachment. So that means those who are not renounced means those who are attached to something.
Okay. Prabhu.
Okay, example, I give a person, okay, like the day, like the person who committed suicide. Remember that we discussed about that man.
Yeah.
First, he's not he's so attached to the family, attached to the children,
Yeah.
right? So he had a desire. Okay, he is so desirable to be with the grandchildren because they already brought the grandchildren, and he became so attached to the grandchildren.
Mm.
Okay, then suddenly the son take away the grandchildren, don't want to bring it to him anymore. So he become stress, he become distress, so undesirable. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I give you a simple example. Like say when you cook something, when you cook a food,
Yeah.
when someone eats it, when a person who loves, say you are a person who loves that, you are the person who love to cook with spice.
Yeah.
So when you cook, you give it to me. I love to eat spice, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Say Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, your food is fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's desirable.
Yeah.
You are happy. Then my wife eats it. My wife doesn't take spice. So she eats it and says, oh my God, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, I cannot eat all this because it's too spicy. It's burning my tongue. I wonder how you are eating it.
Yeah.
So you are not happy. All right?
Yeah.
Then the third person say, my daughter comes and eats it. After she eats the food and she said, well, it is so nice, but it is very spicy. I can't tolerate it. So it's mixed.
Yeah.
You got it, Prabhu?
Yeah.
So what Krishna says here, for those who are not a devotee, those who are attached, they even this kind of desirable, undesirable, and mixed will also follow after death.
Yeah.
Okay. So the desirable means what is the desire? I desire okay, I've got my last desire. Oh, I wish I can have, say like, okay, like, what should I say? You know, sometimes what example I can give? I've got a desire to do something. Okay, I feel I've got a desire to eat pizza. Okay. So because of that, I have to be born again just to eat pizza, which is undesirable. But after I born and I eat pizza, so after I take the next birth and I'm eating pizza, so I'm enjoying it at the same time suffering the threefold misery. I hope I'm not confused you. I hope no one is confused.
So, it is the accrue after that, is it the karma bandha, Babu?
Yes. Karma bandha, yes. Accrue, follow after death.
Yeah. Okay, Babu.
Do you know what is the qualification of going back home, back to Godhead, Prabhu?
It must be pure, Babu.
Do you know what is... Huh?
It must be very pure.
Say it
It
again.
must not have any karma
Very
bandha.
pure. Very pure means what? Very pure means pure of what?
Pavitram, as Arjuna says.
Pavitram. Okay, pavitram, that means very pure. So, what does that mean? Pure from what?
Attachments.
That means you shouldn't have... Huh?
Attachments.
Attachment. Where the attachment come from? Why the attachment come from?
Because you're still involved in karmic activities, Prabhu. Karmic desires.
And what is that called? Desire. So that means all start from the desire, yes?
Yeah.
So because of my desire, I am involved in karma bandha. That means I'm because of my desire, I am attached. All right, I'm doing this activity and I'm getting attached to that activity. So if I want to become pure, means I have to be 100. If I want to come to the level of pure, I have to be 100% desireless. Yes or not?
Yeah.
So
renounce everything, Prabhu.
Renounce everything. So that's the people. So that means those who have renounced everything, there's no result to suffer and enjoy, because that means they don't suffer human repeated birth and death, and they don't even bother to go to heaven to enjoy. They just give up everything. But those who don't do that, they have to undergo this kind of thing: desirable, undesirable, and the mixed desires. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw Chang Prabhu, Chaitanya Prabhu, you have raised your hand. You want to say something?
Oh, yeah, I just want to wonder, this desirable and undesirable and all this mix accrue after that. Because the whole subject is it the subject is based on the three modes of material nature?
The desires are always based on the three mode of material nature.
Okay. Yeah.
The desires are always because of the three mode of material nature.
Then you can be understood.
Yeah. See, like in the purport, Prabhupada says, a person in Krishna conscious acting in knowledge of his relationship with Krishna is always liberated. Therefore, he does not have to enjoy or suffer the result of his act after death. Okay. But those who are not, they have to undergo this kind of suffering. Okay, Prabhu?
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, how many of you still confused about this? If everyone is okay, you can put a thumbs up or what? Maybe I know that all of you are okay. Okay, Kesavan, okay, great. All right, fantastic. Okay, great. All right, so now, understood. Okay, great. Do you know this is very complicated thing to understand? Anyway, by the mercy of Krishna and Prabhupada, he's creating that understanding. Okay, 5 causes of action. What are the 5 causes of action? Bhagavad Gita, verse 13 to 14. Panchaitani mahabaho karanani nibodame sanke kritante proktani siddhaye sarva karmanang adhistanang tata karta karanang cha pratak vidam vivedas cha pratak chesta daivam chaivatra panchamam. O mighty armed Arjuna, according to the Veda, there are 5 causes for the accomplishment of all action. Now learn this from me. Krishna is saying, learn this from me. I mean, according to the Vedas, there are 5 causes, okay, for accomplishment. If you accomplish something, there is 5 causes. All right. Number 1, okay, adhisthanam tata karta. That means the place of action. That means the body, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. These are the 5 factors of action. Okay. Anyone of you confused? All right. Say example. Okay. Number 1, Okay. So that is a, so we have to understand, according, number one, the topic is according. That's the first thing, according to what? To the Vedanta. According to the Vedanta, there are the 5 causes. That means there's a 5 things that caused an action. Sebab, 5 sebab. Okay, sebab, apa? 5 sebab. That means the 5 causing that causes action. Okay, the 5 causes of accomplishment. Okay, of all action. And what are they? Number one, the place of action. So where the thing performed, the action, where the action performed, okay, the place is performed in the body. And we call it as the place of action. All right. Number 2, we call now, number 1 is the place of action. Okay, number 2, the performer. Who performed that? Okay, I perform. That means I, as the thing, perform. And how I perform? Through the various senses. That means I use all varieties. That means I use my 5 senses, Mahabhuta, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 what they call working senses. All right, and the 5 senses. So all in 20, including my mind, intelligence, ego. So I used all these things. That means by performing by various senses. All right, and how? Through many different endeavor. There's a true many different endeavor. That means there are a lot of working. So that means lot of perform. And all these have to sanction by who? Ultimately by the super soul. So everything is sanctioned by Krishna, super soul. So these are the 5 factors of action. Okay. Oh Krishna, why is internet still unstable? Okay, are you all following me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, got it, huh? All right. Now, okay, let's see what is the 5 causes of action. Number 1, action, the super, okay, how we perform through different kinds of endeavor and using various senses, and where we do it in the body. And of course, everything is ultimately controlled by the super soul. Okay, ultimately it's controlled by the super soul. Okay, any question? If one thinks himself the only doer, okay, now see, okay, like sometimes when you see people, I am the one who did this, I performed this, I did. So what happened? One who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the 5 factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. Bhagavad Gita 18.16. 18:18. Jnanam nyayam parinyata trivida karma chodana karanam karma karteti trivida karma sangraha. So Krishna says in 18, knowledge, the object of the knowledge, and the knower are the 3 factors that motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer are the 3 constituents of the action. Now let's look at this. So now, okay, number 1 is this. So first thing is knowledge. All right, the knowledge. So what are the things? Say like I'm studying something, knowledge. So I'm taking what knowledge? So the object of the knowledge. Okay, and the knower, and the one who knows the knowledge. These are called the 3 factors that motivate action. You got it? This motivate action. That means I'm performing something because I want the knowledge and the object of the knowledge, and of course the knower. Okay, example, I want to study medicine. So I need to get the knowledge. And what is the object of the knowledge? And who is the knower? The lecturer. So these are the 3 things that I want to go to the college and study. The factors, motivation. All right. Now, the next thing is the senses, the work. That means you perform by senses, and we work, and also the doer, I'm doing, are the three constituent of action. That's the one that that creates that action. Okay? All following me?
Prabhu,
Yeah.
can you explain it again, Prabhu?
Which one?
The whole thing.
First is the knowledge. Okay? And the object of the knowledge. First, there's the knowledge. Okay? And the object of the, okay, example like, okay, now you wanted a Bhagavatam all the while, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so you there's a knowledge that you think that you need to have the Bhagavatam. And what is the object of that knowledge is Krishna. All right, the object of the knowledge to know him. And the one who knows it, all right, the one who knows. So that means because of this, what happened? You were thinking you want to save some money and buy the Bhagavatam because you really want it, right?
Yes.
And that's the three factors that motivate action. That's the thing that motivate your action. That means you're going to work, save money and all these things.
Okay. So the
Okay.
knower, who's the knower?
And how are you going to do it?
Who's
Huh?
the knower,
What is it?
Prabhu? The knower.
Huh?
Who is the knower?
Who is the knower?
Knower. The knowledge is. Oh,
Prabhu is asking who is the knower.
Oh, who is the knower? Okay. Now, let's see. Okay. Okay, now, okay, let's see. Prabhupada said it nicely. There are three kinds of impetus of daily work. The daily work, there's three things. The object of the knowledge. Okay. And the knower. Okay. The knowledge, the object of the knowledge and the knower. The instrument of work, the work itself, and the worker are called the constituents of work. Okay, now it's like this. Okay, now there's a thing, the instrument of the work. Okay, now knowledge means there's a knowledge. There's a I mean, in other words, how can I put it in words? Okay, let me go back way. All right. The knower of that knowledge, say your lecturer. Okay. The object of the knowledge is to understand the subject. Okay, you graduate from what subject?
business management, Prabhu.
Business management. All right. So now you know business. You want to be a businessman. That means you are a knower, and the object of the knowledge is the business. All right, and the studies, the subject is the knowledge. You get it? So that means, in other words, we look at knowledge, that is Krishna, the object of the knowledge to reach Krishna, and the knower is like spiritual master. Okay.
So the knower is spiritual master. The object of knowledge is.
Yeah. Yes.
Prabhu, later you will come and say knower of two kinds, Prabhu. The supreme
No,
knower
what?
and Jiva knower.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just wanting you to understand, get the rough picture, because as we go on, we're going to explain this.
Further, you'll be explaining, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
One is to undergo the psychological process, thinking, feeling, willing. Okay, it's very nicely mentioned here. All right. So now you understand, eh? So that means the first is the knowledge, the object of the knowledge, and the know of the knowledge. The knowledge is to Vedas. The object of the knowledge is to understand Krishna, and the knower is Krishna. Okay. So okay, now we speak on a spiritual path. Okay, the knowledge is the what they call is the Vedas. And what is that object of that Vedas is to what is that object of the Vedas is to know Krishna, and who knows it? Krishna himself knows it, the knower. And these are the things that there are three factors that motivate action. Okay, so everyone can follow these, huh?
Okay, Prabhu.
All right, now let's look at this. So what is that knowledge? Okay, the knowledge, number one, is mentioned in 20 to 22. The knowledge in the mode of goodness. One undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities. So the knowledge of goodness means is undivided spiritual nature. That means you see every living entities here, there is a spiritual nature seen in every living entity. Okay, you got it? That means there is a Paramatma living in every atom, in every living entity. That means the elephant, the giraffe, the devas, the child, human, monkey, and everything. You got it? That is the knowledge in the mode of goodness. Knowledge in the mode of passion. It is what? In every different body, there's a different type of living entity. Like some people say, there's animal don't have soul. All right. So in every different body, got it. That's why they can simply take up the chicken and all this. They can eat them, because they believe that every different body there's a different type of living entity. Example, those who are like want to save animal, their biggest concern is to save dogs and cats, but they don't mind killing cows, chicken, and goat to eat. So when a person talks about the liberty for animal, he has to fight for every living animal, not only for cat and dog. Like cats and dogs, they go and save them, give them food. But of course, they slaughter chicken, they slaughter cow, and they slaughter the goat. So that's a thing, different body, there's a different living entity. So there's a knowledge in passion. And what is the knowledge in ignorance? One is attached to one kind of work as all in all. Without knowledge, the truth which is come is very meager. Okay. So the knowledge in ignorance means, he says, one is attached to one kind of work. What I'm doing is the only kind, like workaholic, working day and night, like how the Japanese work. Okay. One is attached to one kind of work. That means he knows, when I'm here, I only know this and I don't know anything else. You got it? And without knowledge of the truth, that means they don't have knowledge of the truth, and they are not even bothered to find that knowledge. Right? Even how much they go through the suffering, the job is day in and day out just to go on doing their job. Okay? Right? But the confidential knowledge is that we are the spirit soul. Okay? You all follow me?
Okay, Prabhu.
Is it clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now, let's look at karma. What about inset? Inset means what, Mataji? What do you mean by that?
Insects.
Huh?
Just now you mentioned about the animals, right?
Uh-huh.
What about the insect, rag and
Oh,
mosquito?
insect. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
In-
That means we as a devotee, the one who understand this, anything that moves, there is a spiritual inside. Right? Like the leech, I took it, it's moving because there's a spiritual inside. There's a Paramatma and Jivatma, both are inside there. So that means those who can understand that everything that move around, insect, fly, mosquito, everything, that means they understand this is what in the mode of goodness. They understand that everything is moving because there is a spiritual nature. They see everything everything spiritual. And those in the passion, they see things differently. Right? They see, the mosquito, no soul, the cockroach, no soul, so they can be killed and something like that. So there's a differentiate. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now let's look at karma. 23 and 25. All right. Karma in the mode of goodness. The goodness is they are regulated. That means the activity is regulated. That means they know, okay, the time they get up, what they do, everything is regulation. Perform without attachment. They simply do the job without being attached to the job. And without love or hatred, and without desire for fruitive result. That means they just perform without love or hatred. Okay? I love my job or I hate my job. No, I don't think about that. And of course, without desire for fruitive result. Oh, I'm doing this because I'm going to get recognized. No, we just perform our duty only. All right? The karma in the mode of passion perform with great effort by one seeking to gratify his desire. Like for instance, when you see that the people are involved in MLM, multi-level marketing, or this insurance industry, or any kind of sales industry, they have to work so hard. Until there's a joke, right? MLM, meeting larut malam. Right? First you go inside having a meeting, you come out after the meeting over, there's another meeting. Then you come out from you open the office door, you come to the 5 foot and the 5 feet, the walkway. There's be another meeting. Then after they get into the car, drive, call another meeting. It's like meeting larut malam. It's gone. That means it takes so much of great effort. It works so hard. Okay, for one seeking to gratify desire, because I want to be a millionaire, I want to achieve my goals. I mean, I'm not criticizing, with due respect. Of course, if you are a devotee now, you understand Bhagavad Gita, you perform your insurance business or this any multi-level business in a very correct way. And I've seen, because I used to train people on this insurance and everything, I shouldn't say I've created, with this idea, there's MDRT created. People have even become MDRT. MDRT in insurance means $1 million round table. And they perform without even being attached. When they meet someone, they just have a very honest feeling to explain to them why you need insurance. Right? And when the person say no, they are not even agitated. They are so relaxed. Okay, it's your desire, your decision. And the purpose also, I say, come on, this guy, he explained to me everything. When I say no, he just left. And he never was remorsed. After a few days, he called him up and bought a big insurance from him. I'm telling you, it works. Of course, also, you don't expect that, oh, I'm just pretending, oh, okay, I'm listening, then I don't bother, I just walk off. No, not that way. If you go into practice Bhagavad Gita, the teachings, you can be very successful in any walk of life. Right? So that means, okay, now, passion, that means you have to work so hard to make our this thing. Okay, enacted from a sense of false ego. That I am the successful, I am the diamond, I am this, I am the MDRT, false ego, so much of false ego. And what is in ignorance? Karma in ignorance, activity in ignorance, perform in illusion. You don't know why you're doing. Right? And they follow any scriptural injunction. There's no guide. There's no Vedic guide or scripture guide. They simply do out of imagination. Without concept of future bondage, they don't care about future. Right? Like for instance, now I'm just taking drugs and enjoy. I don't care what's happening tomorrow. Like they say, tomorrow never comes. Right? So today is the day that I enjoy to the fullest. All right. They don't care about future. And without concern of violence or distress caused to others. He don't care. All right. Because of today's my sense gratification, I feel like eating this. I kill that animal. I kill this. It creates a lot of trouble. He don't care about all this. Okay. That is the activity in the ignorance. Okay. Now, karta. Karta means worker. 26 and 28, Krishna explained. What is the worker in goodness? He performs his duty without association with the modes of material nature or without false ego. So that means he do the job without not in the mode of ignorance, not mode of goodness, not mode of passion. He just simply do. And without false ego means he don't create any recognition for himself. And when you don't have all these, what he do? He, with great determination and enthusiasm. Because he knows from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 p.m. is the time that I should perform my duty. And I do not think about anything else. So I just simply perform duty and I just perform it well. I used to teach this in time management. In time management class, I used to teach that. It says that in that given moment, say like now I've got 2 hours time, the precious 2 hours time to have a discussion with all of you wonderful souls on the topic of Bhagavad Gita. So what I'm just going to make 100% use of the 2 hours. Right? Nothing in between, nothing talk nonsense, nothing, like the 100%. So once I'm done, I go to my family. So I've spent 100%. So that means with great determination and enthusiasm, I've got no time to waste because I have no expectation. Okay? Without wavering in success or failure. Whether you make it or don't make it, you're not affected. Workers in passion, attached to work and fruits of work. All right, I do something, I make a lot of profit for you. Boss, can you increase my salary? Yeah. All right. And they're desiring to enjoy those fruits. All right. They want to enjoy the fruits. Who is greedy? The boss says, I cannot give you the price. Okay, you just suppose something and just smuggle out. It happened in my shop before. Right? Or the man that I trusted the most, I caught him red-handed stealing my things. Greedy. And always envious. They're always envious, impure, and moved by joy and sorrow. That's why you see in working place, if you are a person who work as a human resource, that's the most craziest and toughest job in any organization. The human resource manager, the human resource executive, they'll have a hell of a time because they have to handle people who are very envious and they move by joy because they fight and in fact, some people even kill and even fight. Right? Those who work in human resource, you should understand HR, the craziest department. All right? Worker in ignorance. They are work against the injunction of the scripture. They don't care. Right? They simply kill and everything, right? They are very materialistic. They are obstinate, cheating and expert in insulting others. They cheat and very good in insulting others. All right, lazy, always morose and procrastinating. They are lazy. They are morose means always like crazy, confused, and they simply procrastinate. Tomorrow lah. Okay, there's a worker in ignorance. And what is the happiness? 37 and 39, Krishna explains the happiness in goodness, which is beginning maybe just like a poison. When we start, it's just so hot, but at the end, it's just like a nectar. It's happy ending. All right. And this happiness in goodness awakens one to self-realization. So whenever you want to practice bhakti, sometimes it's very hard. You chant 16 rounds. Read Bhagavad Gita. Wake up early in the morning. So mafan la, so susah la. No, so hard. But later, you will enjoy it. No, you feel so good about it. That is goodness. And what is that happiness in the mode of passion? Which is derived from contact of sense and the object. Okay, that means I can be happy if I see money. Like some people, when they don't have money, they go crazy. Oh, my account money is reducing. Oh my God, what's going to happen? I better stop doing this. Like for them, they don't have money, they go crazy. So that means derived from contact from the senses and the object. When they don't have money, they go crazy. All right, which appear like the nectar in the front. Okay, and sometimes these people, they like to do something which at first looks so good. Right? Oh, when I do something, it looks so good, opening, everything looks so good. But end of the day, it is so terrible. That means appears to be nectar at first, but poison at the end. Happiness in ignorance, what is that? Which blind to self-realization. All right? Like this flirt, drug addict, look at this flirt. They are blind to self-realization, which is delusion from the beginning to end. From starting to end, they are always drunk. They are always in cloud 9. All right? And also which arises from sleep, laziness, and illusion. These are the people who simply love to sleep and they're lazy and they're always illusion. That's happiness they get from ignorance. Like sometimes people love to watch movies, right? They like to watch, and some of those who are attached to this phone, attached to TikTok, Facebook, what else? WeChat and all these kind of things. So when you attach to this, that's all, it's all happiness in ignorance. Okay. Because you just tell yourself, just one TikTok enough. Just scroll another one lah. I want to chant Hare Krishna, but before that, I just open TikTok. Just another one, another one, finish. That's it. Tomorrow lah. So that means arise from sleep, laziness, and illusion. Okay. So we work not with our body actually, but with our mind and intelligence. We must understand that. We are not working with our body. Our body is only an instrument that takes that instruction. All right. My mind intelligence is to open the book and this thing. So my hand is pushing the pages or playing with what they call with the mouse, moving. Right. But what is actually is working the mind and in intelligence. So if the intelligence and the mind are always engaged in the thought of Supreme, so the intelligence and the mind, how are you going to engage your intelligence? By reading the Bhagavad Gita. How are you going to engage your mind? By chanting the Hare Krishna. Okay. Always engage in the thought of Supreme Lord. Then naturally, the senses are also engaged in his service. The senses, the eyes, everything will start to engage. So I'm not reading any magazine, but I'm reading Bhagavad Gita. I'm just pushing a Bhagavad Gita. I'm using this mouse not to play games, but I was just to point this. All right. Superficially, at least that. So the senses remain the same. Either you're using in spiritual or using in material, the senses are the same. But the consciousness is changed. All right. The activity is the same, but the consciousness, that means from materially, now I'm spiritual. The thought, the consciousness is changed. The Bhagavad Gita teaches on how to absorb the mind. So Bhagavad Gita teaches how to absorb the mind and intelligence in the thought of the Lord. Such absorption will enable one to transfer, himself into the kingdom of the Lord. So when we are absorbed, it gives the opportunity for us to get transferred to the kingdom of the Lord. If the mind is engaged in Krishna service, then the senses are automatically engaged in his service. This is the art. And this is also the secret of Bhagavad Gita, total absorption in the thought of Sri Krishna. Okay. So purification through prescribed duty or Varna Shram. Okay. Now, before that, what's the time? I don't have a watch. Is it okay if I go through? Is it okay if I just continue, or do you need a break? Hello?
Short break, Prabhu.
Huh?
Absorb. Want to absorb something.
Take a break. Take a break, Babu.
Yeah, take a break. I want to go to.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure what's the time, but I have to go look for my phone. All right, 2 minutes. Okay, we take a short break, 2 minutes break. Thank you.
10 to 10.
Oh, now it's 9:53. We meet in 9:54. We just take 2 minutes. All right. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, so now we continue our discussion. All right. So now let's look at verse 41 to 44. But before that, okay. Okay, so now the topic, now we're going to go to the second part of that 18. Purification through prescribed duties. How are we going to purify ourselves through the prescribed duty? And what is that prescribed duty actually? According to Varnashram. Varnashram Dharma, right? So Varnashram means there are 4 types of social and 4 types of spiritual. That means Brahmachari is when you look at the spiritual Varnashram, first start with Brahmachari. First, you have to be a student until you're 25 years old. After 25, you get married. We call Grihastha. That means you have taken a married life. You have children and everything. Then age of 55, you retire from family life. That is called Vanaprastha. That means your children all grown. They have all flow away from the nest. They have their own life. They retire. Then at last, sannyasi. So after that, after everything is done, all of them settle in life, you just move out. That's why sometimes he says every man has to become sannyasi. Right? It is a man's dilemma because men are always annoying species. All right. I hope I'm not offending. I'm just saying, is that true? Sometimes the children will go and talk nicely to the mother, Oh, mommy, this and that. But yeah, this old man, let's see. So it's encouraged for the men to take sannyasi. Anyway, so now we're going to see how we're going to purify ourselves in that varnashram. All right. So now, then the what they call there's a spiritual varnashram, and the social we have also 4. Start with Shudra. Shudras are the laborers. Vaishya the business people. Kshatriyas are the soldiers, and the Brahmanas are the intellectual one. All right, the teachers and everything. All right, so natural qualities under the mode of, okay. So the Brahmanas, what is the nature? They are always peaceful, self-control, austere, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. So these are the natural tendency of a Brahmana. They are always in the mode of goodness. So sometimes when you see the Brahmanas, if they don't have all this, so you have to think about it. So they have to be peaceful, they have to be self-controlled, they have to be austere, they have to be pure, tolerant, honest, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. All right, what is the natural quality of Kshatriya? Okay, they are heroes, they are soldiers, heroes, power, they want power, they are very determination, resourcefulness, they have courage in battle, generosity, and leadership. So they are usually in the mode of passion. Vaishyas, the business people, they are usually what they do farming, cow protection, and business. So they are in this mode of passion and ignorance combined. Shudras, or the labors and the service to others, the one who provides service to others, they are always in the mode of ignorance. All right. So this is the natural tendency of this thing. Okay, now let's look at 1848. Sahajang karma kaunteya sadosham apitna tyajet sarvaramba hi doshena dhumenagnir iva vrita. Now we must understand this. So now we may think, am I improving or not? Right? Can I do this or not? Can I do this? See, like for instance, I am not trained in this culture. No, I've grew up in a very modern culture and all these things. And suddenly I didn't know I have to do all these things. And sometimes I do, hey, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? And all these things. So here Krishna explains. What he explains? Sahajang karma kaunteya sa dosham apinatyajit sarvarambahi doshena dume nakmir ivavrta. So he says every endeavor is covered by some fault. Every endeavor is covered by some fault. Just as fire is covered by smoke. Can you see that? Huh? Can you see that the way that Krishna into that every fire is covered by smoke? Therefore, one should not give up the work born of his nature. O son of Kunti, even if such work is full of fault. Like for instance, now you understand, we have to work for Krishna, right? We have to perform because I'm not in the condition of renounced order. I'm not in the form of take sannyas, right? I cannot take sannyasi. Okay, I cannot be here because I have this thing. But I want to do tyaga. Tyaga means what? Renunciation. Remember, we discussed just now, renunciation, tyaga. So, I'm going to work and I'm working and I'm coming back and making some money and I'm offering the money to Krishna in this form of sacrifice. As I said, take a small portion of the money. Just like how when you cook, you don't bring the whole pot and put in front of the God. You just take a small portion and offer to Krishna. Like that, you just take a small portion of your income or whatever fortune, just offer it to Krishna. Okay. So sometimes, okay, then after that, now I started okay. I suggested, in fact, I suggested in yesterday's Namahat, I suggested the girls to one day follow me for this congregation chanting. That means we just go house to house, we just sing and we just walk. Or we try to distribute some books like that. All right. So we may not sure what is that my endeavor or like your endeavor. What do you like? So Krishna says, simply use your talent to serve Krishna. What is your talent? What is your natural talent? Okay. Say like you love to cook. Okay. You come and join us every Sunday or go to the nearest center, ISKCON center, join either Saturday or Sunday and take up the service. All right. Or I love to speak to people. Then you just go and talk the glories of Bhagavad Gita. All right. Oh, I would like to distribute books. Oh, I can't do any of this. Maybe you can help me because I'm doing all this. Like for instance, now I'm planning to change the signboard of my Namahat center and also make some banner and everything. Need a lot of money. So that means you're giving and I'm distributing books on your behalf and whatever. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, even whatever things that we do, there will be some fault. All right. Sometimes you try to go and talk to people. Can you take up this chanting Hare Krishna and all this? And the person, you may have fault. I mean, example, you are not reading Bhagavad Gita, but you're asking others to read Bhagavad Gita. You understand what I mean? It's a kind of hypocrisy, right? It's a fault. You're not chanting Hare Krishna properly, but you're telling others to chant Hare Krishna. All right? But your intention is good. I know I got it, but I am not practicing it. But that person don't have it at all. He don't have it at all. Therefore, I'm telling him, right? You must chant Hare Krishna. Now take the beads, take the bag and chant Hare Krishna. Now take the books. Now you must read the Bhagavad Gita. But behind me, you are not doing it. You're doing it, but not very often. But you're telling him to do it every day. So this is what Krishna says, that every endeavor, there'll be some fault. Because we are learning as a human being, we all got fault. All right. Just like the smoke covered by, even the smoke which is so great, but it's covered by smoke. But because of that, the one should not give up the work born of his nature. Oh, because I'm not doing so, therefore I'm not going to talk to anyone. No, you cannot do that. One should not give up the work. Even the work is full of fault. You got it? All right. Okay, the work, sometimes you work your job, my job, I'm doing this, whatever. Okay, I know you can think about, you can relate this to your life, right? The work has to be done. The preaching has to go on. I was telling that day, right? 2 days ago, I said the next class will be on Monday, January. And I'm not going to concentrate on when people ask me, I cannot say no. And I just said morning, and now got 16 people sign up for the morning. If any of you want to join the class again, right, on 18th October, please come and do so. Join us, morning class. Yes, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So,
Hare Krishna.
I just want to check, see whether it correct me if I'm wrong. If this verse was to find it, then is it this part of this verse is based on karma yoga of renunciation? We give up the result of work, even our work is 40.
Yes.
So by giving up the result of the work.
This is chapter 5, Karma Yoga Action in Krishna Consciousness.
Okay.
All right.
So we have to have that consciousness as well as giving up result for that. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So the work has to go on. The work has to go on. Okay, even this is a fault, we have to go on doing our work. So what we can understand here, is it to give up everything to become sannyasa or become tyaga? Because why? Because as what we have studied just now, we are not attached to the result, whether it's good or bad. Is it correct or faulty, whether success or failure, we are not attached to that. We just simply do our job with enthusiasm. Okay. 51 to 53. Brahma Bhuta stage. What is that? Being purified by the intelligence. Being purified by the intelligence. That means the purification comes through the intelligence, and controlling the mind with determination. That means you control the mind with determination and giving up the object of sense gratification. That means you give up all the object which is going to give you happiness, sense gratification. And being freed from attachment and hatred. One who lives in a secluded place, who eats little, who controls his body, mind, and power of speech, who is always in trance. Trance means what? Prema, ecstasy. Not the trance that we see here. This is a trance. That means you're great, absorbed, fully absorbed. And who is detached, free from false ego, false strength, okay, false pride. Because I say, I'm very strong. Yes, a false strength. How long are you going to have the strength? False pride. I'm this. How long? Lust, anger, and acceptance of material thing. Free from false proprietorship. Because we understand everything doesn't belong to us. Right? Because everything belongs to the Lord. We are simply taking it, modifying it, and we are claiming for ourselves. Right? And free from false proprietorship and peaceful. Such a person is certainly elevated to the position of self-realization. Okay? So what are the things? Purified by the intelligence, controlling the mind, with how? With determination, giving up the object of the sense, being freed from attachment, and all these things are considered this thing. Very hard to follow. No worries. Right? But so very hard to follow, right? But now Krishna says, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasho Chati Na Kangshati Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mat Bhaktim Labate Param. One who is thus transcendentally situated. One who is thus transcendentally situated. That means you are situated in spiritual, transcendental. At once realizes Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments nor desire to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. Right? In that state, he attains the pure devotional service unto me. Who are these people? One who transcendentally situated. That means he is situated in spiritual, and he realized the Supreme Brahman. That means, and also he realizes, right? And become fully joyful. He's always very happy within himself. All right? These are the people don't lament. They don't have lamentation, or they don't desire for having anything. And he's always equal to everyone. Okay? In that state, he attained the pure devotional service unto me. Yes, Prabhu, Vaishnava Kripa, Prabhu.
They say this Varna ashrama system
Yeah.
You slowly go up from Sudra to Vaisya, you can go up, and then you can even become a Brahmana, Prabhu.
Yeah.
But who's going to help the Sudra, Prabhu? He's always advised to work for others, do only normal work. How is he going to elevate himself?
See, Prabhu, in order of social life, I mean, you are very senior. You have seen with your life that not everybody can do everything. There will be always division. You know, say in a school of 1,000 students, not everybody will become a doctor. Not everybody will become a businessman. Not everybody. There will be division according to the mode of nature that they are in.
And how will he elevate himself to go to Krishna Loka, Prabhu?
Oh, you're asking how the Sudras go to Krishna Loka, is it?
Yeah, they are working as Sudra. Who's going to coach them, Prabhu?
See, Prabhu, we are talking about social order and spiritual order. So the
But
social
whatever
order,
the Sudra is already a social order,
yeah,
but he also has got to go to the higher lokas, is it not, Prabhu?
yes.
Who will
So,
take them, Prabhu? Who will coach them?
See, when say like for instance, in okay, say like for instance in the temple, all right, in the temple, there are divisions of people. One is the Brahmana who sits and teaches in the temple. Okay, Prabhu?
Yeah.
The second is the person who is Kshatriya, who manage the temple, the administration and all these things. Okay?
Yeah.
Number three is the one that goes out and bring money to the temple. They sell books, distribute books and everything.
Yeah.
Okay? And another division is the one who always keep the temple clean. They make sure that clean everything. They just go around the temple cleaning and keeping everything tidy.
Yeah.
So all of them are engaging in devotional service according to their mode of nature.
Yeah.
So they are not specifically classified as Shudra. So the Shudra is meant for those who are not in this spiritual order under devotional service.
Yeah.
So under devotional service, even a person who simply cleans the toilet is also entitled to go back home, back to Godhead.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Because it's involved in spiritual, is involved in bhakti. But of course, we cannot identify them as Shudra. It's aprat.
Yeah.
Huh? We cannot say, you are a Sudra, you are a devotee, but you are a Sudra.
So
you're
that
asking
means
for trouble.
Prabhu, the Sudra is not going to read any Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, nothing, Prabhu. He's
Oh
just
yes,
gardener.
yes. That's what Krishna says when you study this. You remember the yoga ladder.
Yeah.
First start from Karma Yoga,
Yeah.
then you go into Jnana Yoga, then Dhyana Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga. Yes or not?
Yeah, Prabhu.
So, but a person who always engage in devotional service, from Karma Yoga straight away jump to Bhakti Yoga. So, what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, even that happened, is still considered if perfected is Jnana and Dhyana.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
So he perfected.
Yeah.
So he's that literally he have not sat and studied, but he have perfected that Jnana and Dhyana.
Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu?
Yeah. Jnana and Dhyana.
Yes.
Jnana comes from where, Prabhu? Unless he's got the opportunity to go and learn, where to learn Jnana, Prabhu?
No, that's the thing, Prabhu. What is the purpose of learning Jnana? To serve Krishna, right?
Yeah.
So when you already start serving Krishna, is considered you have already done that. What is the conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita?
Fine. Thank you. Thank you.
So the conclusion is to go into that engagement, and you already engaged it. Consider you have done.
He's already there.
Yes.
Thank you.
Like for instance, Prabhu, if you look at this Gaura Kishore Das Babaji,
Yeah.
the spiritual master of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is highly learned. But Gaura Kishore Das Babaji is illiterate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But he accepted him as a spiritual master because he's perfected his bhakti.
Yeah.
Okay.
True. Okay.
Nice question. Wonderful question.
I get it, Prabhu. I get it.
Okay. So now we understand here Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. That means those
Yeah.
who have already achieved the Brahma Bhuta, that means they have already attained that level of Brahman. That means they attained the love of Godhead. All right.
But this,
Okay.
this one, Prabhu, you say, is it because they already seen the super soul in their heart?
Which one?
Is Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, Prabhu?
No. Brahma Bhuta means the feeling of seeing the Paramatma in your heart is ecstatic feeling, right?
Yeah.
And how you get it? It
I-
goes through so much of tedious process.
Yoga, Prabhu.
So what Krishna says here, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kankshati.
Yeah.
So ones who thus transcendently situated.
Yeah,
What is
Prabhu,
transcendently
yoga,
situated means?
main idea should be to see the super soul in your body.
Exactly. But what is transcendently situated means?
Same thing.
Huh?
Transcendence is the same. The happiness you get after seeing the super soul.
Yeah. So the what they call the Mayavadi takes so much of effort to do that.
Yeah.
But a devotee who are engaged in devotional service is transcendently situated.
Yeah.
See, to the impersonalists, achieving the Brahma Bhuta stage, becoming one with Absolute is the last word. But for the personalists or pure devotee, one has to go still further to become engaged in pure devotional service. This means that one who is state of liberation called Brahma Bhuta. So when a person in the stage of liberation means what? The person who are already in bhakti, he is already in the level of Brahma Bhuta.
Yeah.
So you do not need to sit and meditate and torture your body just to achieve that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Zoom, I mean, what they call Vaishnava, I mean,
Very
Chaitanya
good.
Prabhu.
Very good.
Yes, Chaitanya Prabhu. I mean, Chaitanya Daya Prabhu. You raised your hand. Hello.
Did that the position of we come to the position of self-realization to the Brahma Bhuta, is it we already come to understand we are not this body, Aham Brahmasmi?
No. That's beyond. That's Aham Brahmasmi it's a starting of the understanding.
Okay. Yeah.
Aham Brahmasmi it's the first inquiry a person must ask. Who am I? What am I? What is my relationship with Krishna? And the first understanding that we learn is I'm not this body. As what Krishna starts from chapter 2 Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
He's telling you're not this body, you are a spirit soul. So that is the first initial stage of understanding. Aham Brahmasmi.
Okay.
Then after that we understand. So when you're not this body, all your activity, it is not, you're not the doer. So offer it to Krishna. Yes, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu.
Prabhu, that this what do you call that? By just telling I'm Brahmasmi, I'm split soul, it doesn't come, Prabhu, in the seventh canto of Bhagavatam.
Okay.
I didn't understand. Maybe one day I'll talk to. They say praying to the deity in the temple is good
Okay.
enough, Prabhu.
Mm.
You don't have to understand. He says, from time immemorial, we have been telling, I'm Brahma, but we always attach to that I'm this body, I'm this body. But now
Yes.
tell a person, now you're Brahmasmi, suddenly he's not going to understand anything, Babu.
Who?
Like, and I'm till now, I was always thinking, I'm this body, I'm this body. If a small pin pricks me also, I shout in pain. But
Definitely.
yeah. But
Definitely.
that
See, I'm not this body, but when I'm hungry, what can I do? Can I just say I'm not this body, therefore I don't eat?
But then Prabhupada says this will be forgotten if you are really Brahmasmi.
That's the thing. Aham Brahmasmi is just to tell you that you're not this body, and all the effort that you're doing through this body, it is wasting, futile, so that you should go and find out what is your real self, right?
I think I'll tell you with the chapter, Prabhu. You read it and I'm not able to.
Yeah, understand. That's why I'm explaining to you. I'm explaining to you now. Say, like, for instance, I am Aham Brahmasmi. I know I'm not this body, but I'm a spirit soul. But when I'm hungry,
me this for the first time, I'm not able to swallow it now, Prabhu.
Exactly. Let me explain to you. Okay. Are you there, Prabhu?
Yeah, I'm ready, Prabhu.
Okay. So aham brahmasmi. So I'm saying that I'm not this body, but now I'm hungry. All right. Can I just say,
Yeah, well, correct.
yeah, so I'm hungry. Can I just say aham brahmasmi? So I don't eat. Cannot.
Yeah, yeah, Babu.
Means-
That's my problem.
Exactly. So now that aham brahmasmi is the first thing that we understand. I am not this body, but I'm a spirit soul, but I'm still living in this body. So to come out to that understanding of detaching yourself from this material body is not possible. That is why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, engage your mind, engage your intelligence, engage everything in the service of Krishna. You got it?
Yeah,
So how are you going to engage your mind? Your mind is also your body.
yeah, Babu.
Intelligence is also your body in a subtle form. It is also your body. The ego, the false identification, I mean the ahankar is also your body.
Material. Yeah.
All right. Your eyes is also your body, your tongue and everything is your body. If
Yeah.
I am saying aham brahmasmi means, that means I am not this body. So I'm just trying to stay aloof from the body. How can it be?
Yeah.
All right. I am staying in this house. I'm staying in this house. I know this, I'm not this house. All right. But is that mean that I can stay here without the fan running or without the light running? Can I stay
You need-
aloof from the house while I'm staying in the house?
You need the body, Babu.
No, the question I'm asking you now, I am staying in this house,
Yeah.
right?
You need
I
the
need to have, yeah, I'm coming there. I'm staying in this house and I need the facility of the fan
Yeah.
and of course the light and everything, yes or not?
Yeah, very true.
Can I stay aloof from the house?
Cannot.
Cannot. So I cannot fly up and I cannot go out. I'm inside this house.
Yeah.
But what is the difference? What is the difference? The difference of devotee and the person who are not devotee, what is the difference? When a person understands that this is not my house and I'm only at this thing, when I leave this house, I live peacefully without even feeling agitated.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Oh, my house. Oh, my house. I
Yeah.
don't feel that. But
Fine.
those who are like that, oh, like, there's one movie, but the Rajinikanth and what do you call? What is the movie? Shivaji Ganesan actor, asked him to go from the house. Oh, I'm going to leave the house. Suddenly he hold the pillar, he just sit down and he dies. He can't accept the fact he's leaving the house.
Yeah.
I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
All right. So that's different. So the understanding is your preparation at the time of death. So at the time of death comes, you don't pull your string. You got it, Prabhu?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I am not this body, but I'm living in this body. When the time comes, when I see that Vishnu Dutta, whoever want to take me out, I'm happily will go there. Because we have to give up this body in order to go to the next body to go back home, back to body. Yes or not?
Yeah. True.
So we are not attached to the body.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
that is that understanding that all these things that like one who does translating situation, self-realized Supreme Brahman and all this for what? So that all the things that we can practice at the final moment.
Yeah.
Yes, Rusan Mataji, is not hard actually. With what they call with practice, everything is possible.
But we are in a position we got no time, Prabhu.
Which one?
To practice, there's no more time left.
No, as I said, that's why I explained to you just now.
Yeah.
What is that? The Chatusloka.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What is that? The first, second, third one. I will give you the intelligence on how you can come to me.
Buddhi yoga dadamiham.
Yeah. So Krishna says he will give the intelligence of how you can go to him. Yes. Right or not, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu.
So it's not in your capability or capacity to understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Very true. When you talk
Right?
that way, it's very true.
Exactly. See, like for instance, I don't know whether tomorrow going to rain or shine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So for me, thinking whether tomorrow going to rain or shine, I'm going to be anxiety today. It's not within my control. If tomorrow rains, I will have a raincoat or a this thing. What do you call? Umbrella.
Yeah.
Or if it shine, I'm just going to put on my sunglasses
Yeah.
and just move on.
Yeah. True.
So in order for you to think, oh, I'm not ready, I'm not this, I'm not that, you're just simply creating an anxiety within you.
Yeah.
Because Krishna said it very nicely. Always remember the 4 Chatusloka.
Yeah.
Number 1, everything come from me. Number 2, the pure devotee always think about me and dwell in me. They think about me, they talk about me, and they take so much of pleasure doing
Yeah.
that. Number 3, Krishna says, I will give you the understanding how you can come to me.
Yeah.
And number 4, he says, to give you a special mercy, I will bring the light, the torch of knowledge to remove the darkness born of ignorance.
Yeah.
What else conviction do we want further?
Yeah.
And you are practicing devotee, you are chanting 64, I mean, you are chanting your rounds.
The
You are
trouble,
chanting.
I'm not able to correlate like you correlate, Prabhu.
It's Prabhu, I am not using this used through my ability to speak.
Yeah.
It's all inspired by Krishna.
Yeah.
Anybody can speak, but whether you understand or not, it all depends. Because Krishna says he gives the answer.
And for correlate, I think a bit too junior.
Hey, no. I'm always your servant, Prabhu. No.
Yeah.
Please, I am just repeating what I have just studied in Bhagavad Gita. I'm not saying any of my opinion. All
Yeah.
glories to Srila Prabhupada for giving this in a very beautiful way.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. Very good.
Thank you, bro. All right. So now let's look
So-
at
Hare
yes,
Krishna.
bro.
Just,
Yes, Chaitanya.
sorry, I just want to come to this part is that actually we say that we go to a ladder of bhakti.
Mm-hmm.
We don't we go above the step of karma and jnana. So even bhakti can go above this Varnas ashram order also, is it?
Yes.
But
Correct.
then is it in bhakti Varnas ashram still required for practical?
Varnashram is important when we have to segregate Varnashram according to the nature.
Oh,
But
Okay.
that Varnashram is a way to create harmony in this social life and even in the temple.
oh,
Right?
understand.
Say like for instance, before I was a secretary in the temple, in ISKCON Ipa I was a secretary. And I see the problem arises when we start to generalize. All right? When a person who can only cook, I pull that person and go out and distribute books, what will happen? An introvert person suddenly go out and distribute books. You understand, Prabhu? Are you there?
Yes. Understand.
And what happened? A person who always loved to go out and talk, suddenly pull them to the kitchen, ask them to cook or ask them to go and wash the toilet. What will happen? So there's a segregation is required. But that segregation, as a leader, we must understand. So the Varna Ashram is not to look down upon others. It's just a division of job, right? Even in any industry, in any job that you do, all right, like for instance, you are a contractor, right? You say like, for instance, you get the contract. Okay. Now, you need to hire people to mix the cement. All right. You need to hire people to mix the cement. All these things are required. But is that you're looking down at him? No, you're not looking down at anybody. So the Shudra have to come and serve you so that you can finish up your job. So just like that. So Prabhupada wanted to create the Varnashram Dharma because he wants to create the harmony in the society. So everybody will mind their own business. So the administrator will just go on administrating. The business class of people will just go and do farming and producing vegetables and milk and everything. Right? The Shudras will just know, okay, wake up in the morning, I have to go to the farm and help. I have to go to the temple and help. I have to go to that administrator and help. That's it. And the Brahmana just get up in the morning. He just know he have to teach. He have to make sure that everything, the puja, everything done. So when everyone, all that 4 different qualities, they work perfectly, they work accordingly, there'll be beautiful harmony. But if any of these people try to mix around, that's when the trouble starts. Got it, Prabhu?
Yes, for the purpose of harmony. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Now let's look at Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, or the second book, chapter 19, text 151. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija out of many millions of wandering living entity. All right. If anyone of you just, maybe you can take photo of this snapshot, keep it with you. Always ponder on this. It's a golden advice. All right. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 19, text 151. Please take photo, snapshot or whatever. Okay, keep it for your reference. So Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhakyavan Jiva. So Brahmanda means out of so many, Brahmanda means huge. Brahmite Kona Bhakyavan means very fortunate. In Tamil also we used to call Bhakyavan, right? Bhagyavan. Jiva means soul. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai. Through the Guru Krishna Prasade Pai, Bhakti Lata Beach. Bhakti Lata Beach is the seat of Bhakti. So it says, out of many millions of wandering living entity, Brahmanda Brahmite, out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets the opportunity to associate with bona fide spiritual master. Again, out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate, very fortunate. Okay, Bhakyavan. All right. Very fortunate. Where is it? Very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with bona fide spiritual master. Okay, bona fide, not the fake one. By the grace of Krishna. That means by the mercy of Krishna. By the mercy of both Krishna and spiritual master, Guru Krishna Prasade. Prasade means mercy. Okay, Guru Krishna Prasade. That means that by mercy of the spiritual master and Krishna, such a person receives the seat, okay, of the creeper of devotional service. Paya Bhakta Lata Beach. Bhakti means the seat of the creeper. Why not they call the tree? Why they call creeper? Because it just go the creeper, it just like go around and it goes straight to back home, back to Godhead. Again, let me explain again. Brahmanda Brahmite, out of many millions, or in other words, we also can translate as out of many millions, out of millions of wandering, out of millions of millions. That's why they go Brahmanda Brahmite. Bhakyavan Jiva. That means what he says here, that each and every one of you are here, sitting here and listening to the talk. Okay, like Chaitanya Dayama Prabhu, Charna Lakshmi Mataji, Dr. Manjit Kesavan Prabhu, Raja Lakshmi, Rusan Mataji, Skanda Prabhu, Dasaradan Prabhu, Vaishnava Kripadas. All of you fall under this category. Out of millions of wandering living entities. I mean, yeah, which pure devotee you're talking about? When you are holding a Bhagavad Gita in front of you, you are associating with Srila Prabhupada. And there's no doubt about it. The job of a spiritual master is to teach you, to give you instruction. The spiritual master doesn't give you suggestion. In early of this Bhagavad Gita, we understood that Krishna says, Arjuna says, I will surrender unto you, O Krishna. As your disciple, give me instruction. Yes or not? So similarly, in that Bhagavad Gita that you're holding right in front of your eyes, there is a thing called purport. And that purport is actually Srila Prabhupada is teaching you, giving you instruction. There are three types of Guru. Chaitya Guru that lives in your heart. Diksha Guru, the one gives you initiation. And the most important is Siksha Guru that give you instruction. And our eminent spiritual master is Srila Prabhupada as Siksha Guru, because he says, I live in my books and this book will last for the next 10,000 years. After that, everything will disappear. So you are having that, the translation, you are having that Siksha Guru. That means Prabhupada is teaching you. That means you are the Bhakyavan Jiva. You are that fortunate person because you have been chosen by Krishna. All right? Because you have found a bona fide spiritual master, you're taking the instruction in this Bhagavad Gita. And you have been graced by Krishna. That means Krishna have paid attention on you. You should have done something great. in this life or the previous life. Not this is not ordinary. It is extraordinary. Not everybody. 30 people sign up for this program. How many of you? Only 9 of you are here. That is mercy. All right. So by the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such person receives the seat of the creeper of devotional service. That's why you're here sitting, even though we overshoot 10 o'clock, you are still sitting and listening to this because there is a blessings. Right? 1855. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan chasmi tatvataha tato mang tatvato nyatva vishate tat anantaram. One can understand me as I am, Krishna says, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. So now, Rusan Mataji, just now you say very tough, very hard. Yes or not? You find that process is very hard. That means I have to be this, I have to live in this secluded place, I have to do this, I have to practice this, by eating little, eating this, I'm fully conscious. But now Krishna is giving you a fantastic, he says, you can go beyond as what you have learned before. Bhaktyamam abhijanati. Yavan yaschasmi tatvataha. Tato mam tatvato nyatva vishate tat anantaram. One can understand me as I am. You do not need to go to the secluded place. You do not need to do all that. You don't need. You see, you yourself said it very hard. Yes, it's extremely hard. Even I can't do it. I can't do it. So that means you can understand Krishna as he is, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How? Only by devotional service. And what is a devotional service? What is your talent? Just use it for Krishna. Like, we all have planned, right? Maybe after my daughter's SPM, that you and what do you call? Sri Vikram Prabhu and what is his name? CS Tan. Right? We're going to create a Chinese preaching effort in Ipoh. We discussed that we're going to meet every Saturday morning and we're going to go to that Padang opposite our Namahat center. And because there's a place people will be doing Zumba and all these things. We're just going to sit there and chant Hare Krishna. We're just going to distribute some books. That is that devotional service. It's nothing mumbo jumbo. You definitely can't do things which you cannot do. So what Krishna says, what is your nature? So that's what we have discussed that day, right? In Ipoh. So we're going to start a Chinese preaching effort. We have dedicated our Namahat Center for Chinese preaching. Even that thought. And how it's going to happen? Entirely Krishna's mercy. So that is devotional service. And only by that service. And when one is in full consciousness, that means you go there, you're not going to think about anything else. You're going to see which person I can talk to, which person I can approach, which person I can attract them to Krishna, which person I should give a Bhagavad Gita, which person I ask them to chant Hare Krishna, which person I just want to create a conversation. And what is that conversation? You're not going to talk anything mundane. You're not going to talk about Donald Trump. You're not going to talk about the racism in Malaysia. You're not going to talk about economy. You're not going to talk about politics. You're just going to say, are you happy with your life or not? You're going to ask that question, the precious question, are you really happy with your life? No. Then let me show you a way that you can be really happy. I don't want to convert. We are not spreading any religion. You stay wherever you are. Just change your consciousness. There's one secret combination word. The 16 words you just combine, it's going to give you so much of happiness. Really? Yes. All right? You do not need to know the meaning of the mantra. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to be bathed. You can even eat pork. Whatever. Just carry on with your life. Add this. You keep out praise it. Just take and just say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You just tell her this. Next Saturday we come back. You come and tell me, is there any difference or not? That's all. That's all. So these are the opportunities that you're going to look forward. All right. So these are the opportunities you're going to look forward, and this is how you're going to do it. And it's that simple. It doesn't take so much effort, right? So when one is full conscious of me by such devotion, and Krishna says he can enter into the kingdom of God. Isn't that simple? By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, anybody from any background qualified to go back home, back to Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 28. This is the mantra that I was thinking. Hari Bol, Krishna reminds. Iti chamsa kalapumsha, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indradri Vyakulam Lokam Mriddayanti Yuge Yuge. Right? So in Srimad Bhagavatam, remember I was telling about, in introduction just now, who is Krishna? Out of all the above mentioned incarnation, there's so many incarnations. Okay, it's come with all the incarnation, either plenary portion or the portion of the plenary portion of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All right. So all of them appear on planet wherever there is a disturbance created by the atheist. The Lord incarnates to protect the theist, to protect the devotees. All right. So even all the portion of the portion means, that means the Krishna first start from Brahma, from Balaram, and from there Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Sankarshana. Then from there create Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshai, Shirodakshai, all the portion of the portion, right? So he says all of them are incarnations. But Iti Chamsa Kalapam, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. That means the Krishna, but Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Who said this? Sutta Goswami. All right. Sutta Goswami is speaking to what they call the sages in Naimisaranya. Of course, it's a long story in Srimad Bhagavatam. All right. And it's written by, compiled by Vyasadev. Iti Chamsa Kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So how to understand Krishna in truth? Very simple. So if you want to understand Krishna, you have to take the life of devotion. If you want to understand Krishna, you have to take the life of devotion. And under the guidance of a spiritual master. Right? So under the guidance of a spiritual master, you have to accept. Say like, for instance, if I think honey, I can't feel the taste. And I don't gain happiness by licking the bottle. I take the honey bottle and start to lick. Can I taste the honey? No. You have to open and dig the honey and put in your mouth. And who can do that? By the mercy of spiritual master, that is possible. So now, Krishna here is explaining the more confidential knowledge. He's mentioning about more confidential in the verse 61 to 63. Okay, we are coming to the end. No worries. All right, I'm so sorry for taking time. But that's why I was so happy. It falls on Friday, chapter 18. All right, 61 63. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hiritesha arjuna tistati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudani mayaya tam eva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat parang shantim stanam prapsyasi shashvatam iti te jnanam akyatam guhyat guhya taram maya guhyat guhya. Secret of all secret. Guhya means secret. Vimshaitat asheshena yattichasi tata. The Supreme Personality of Godhead situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna. Krishna says, the Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings all living entities, directing the wandering of all living entities who are seated on a machine. All right? So what they call? What is the word machine? Imagine 5,000 years ago, Krishna spoke about machine. Where? What is the word? Where is the word? Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridesha arjuna brahmayan sarva bhutan yantra. Yantra means yentram. Yentram. That means in Tamil we call yentram, right? Machine. So that means he's directing the wandering all living entities who are seated as on machine. And the machine made of material energy. O Scion of Bharata, Krishna says, Tam eva sharanam gaccha. Sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata. So, Scion of Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. Krishna says, surrender unto him. By his grace, you will attain transcendental peace, at least, and supreme and eternal abode. So, if you surrender unto him, by his grace, you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal abode. Then after that he says, Itite jnanam akyatam. So by this I have spoken to you. I have explained to you knowledge is still more confidential. So that means this means all this what he said. Krishna says, I have explained to you the knowledge is still more confidential. And this is the beautiful part. Krishna said, deliberate on this fully. Or in other words, think about it. And then do what you wish to do. So vimistaitat asheshena yattechasi tata kuru. So he says, deliberate on this fully and then Do what you wish to do. When you look at all the other scriptures, like Quran, like Bible, Torah, it gives you so much of fear. You don't do this, you go to hell. You do this thing. Oh, all that. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, deliberate on these fully, means all the things that you have heard, deliberate on it. And after that, Krishna says, do what you wish to do. He never forced Arjuna to do what as instructed by Krishna. Can you see this different? Do you all understand? He said, I've already tell you, deliberate on this and do as what you like. Do what you wish to do. That means what? Krishna is saying, accept or drop it. Why he say that? Because Krishna have given us the minute independence of choice. He have given us the minute independence to choose. And Krishna respect that. You have a choice. If you make a decision, you want to go back home or you want to remain here, you have that choice. That's why Krishna says, do this and then do what you wish to do. All of you follow me on this?
Yes, yes.
All right. Now, in 64, now this is more amazing thing. 64, Krishna says,
Prabhu, I've got a question.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. What happened? Yes, what's the question, Prabhu? I think it's Mike. Yes, yes.
Again?
Yeah, I can. Is your mic okay?
Yeah.
Okay, ask a question. Oh my God, he got disconnected. Okay, let him come in. So now let's look at 1864. So 1864, Krishna says, Sarva Guhya Tamang Buhya. Sarva means all. Guhya means secret. Sarva Guhya Tamang Buhya. Shrinu me paramang vacha. Istosi me dadam iti. Tato vakshami te hitam. What Krishna says? Because you are my very dear friend. Okay? Because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction. Just now he said, do as what you like to do. All right? But now he's saying, after he said, do as what you like to do. But because you're my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction. The most confidential of all, confidential knowledge of all. That means the most confidential knowledge of all. That means whatever things we have learned, but he says this is the most confidential knowledge among everything. Hear this from me, for it is for your benefit. So he says, I'm telling you for your benefit. And what he says, now this is something very beautiful. 1865. Please take note, please take snapshot of this. Take photo of this. Keep it as your reference or mark in your Bhagavad Gita, 1865. Chapter 18, text 65. Manmana bhava mad bhakto mat yaji mang namaskuru mam eva shashi satyang te prati jane priyosi me. See, Krishna says, always think of me. All right. He said, what is this? He said, this is the supreme instruction, which is the most confidential. Why I'm telling you? Because you are my very dear friend and listen for your benefit. And he says, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus, you will come to me without fail. Krishna says, you will come to me without fail. And the most beautiful part is, right? The most beautiful part is it. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Mam ev satyam te. So I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. My dear Prabhus and mothers, think about it. Can you find any scripture that God gives you promise? Krishna has to speak all these things because he really wants you back. All right? He wants you back. That's why he said, I promise you this. All right? So this is the promise that Krishna is giving to you through Arjuna. Man manabhav mat bhaktu mat yajimam namashkuru mam satyam te pratijane priyosmi. Priyosmi, pratijane, priyosmi, because priyo means dear. You are my very dear friend. So I promise you this, that when you always think of him, when you become his devotee, when you worship him, when you offer your homage, that means whatever things that you earn, whatever benefit that you just offer to Krishna, okay? And thus, how they call? Krishna says that you can go to him, and it's a promise. All right? It is a promise that God gives. Isn't that fantastic? All right? Now, then 66. Then after that, so now you have already mentioned the promise, right? Okay, now we start back. Do as you wish. I've told you everything, do as you wish. But since you're my dear friend, I'm telling you this, my topmost instruction, which is the confidential secret. Okay? And listen this to me. And always think of me, become my devotee, offer your homage to me, you'll come to, and thus you'll come to me. And I promise you this, you'll come to me. Because you're my dear friend. Then now he's mentioning another important verse. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja ahang tvam sarva papebhyo moksha yishyami ma shucha. Sarva dharman, all varieties of religion. Dharma means religious practice. Sarva, all. Parityaja mam, offer it to me. Ekam, only. Ekam means ek means me. Sharanam mam means me. Ekam, only. Right? One. Sharanam vraja, fully surrender. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo, I will remove all your sin. Papa means sin. Pap. P-A-P-A. Papa means sin. So aham tvam sarva, all kind of sin. So what is that all kind of sin? Kutta karma, prarabdha karma, and sanchari karma. All varieties of sin. Moksha ishyami ma shucha. Abandon all varieties of religion, Krishna says. 5,000 years ago, what religion can you find? There's no Buddhism, there's no Christianity, there's no Islam, there's no Judah, there's nothing. So all varieties of religion means what? All kind of things that going to make you, I worship these demigods, I worship this kind of prayer. Variety, give it up. Abandon, Krishna says. Abandon all varieties. Sarva dharman parityaja. Abandon it. Mam ekam sharanam raja. Just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you. Aham tam sarva papebhyo. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. And Krishna says, do not fear. All right? That is the very strong instruction. And Srimad Bhagavatam start from here. All right? The Srimad Bhagavatam start from this verse. The Srimad Bhagavatam is spoken, especially in Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 2. Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmat sharanam satam. Vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayan moolanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni krite kim va parair ishvara. Sadhya hirdya varudyate tra kritibi shushrushubbas takshanat. So dharma projita kaitava. Dharma projita. So dharma means the religious this thing. Projita, cheating, abandon. And what? Kaitava. Kaitava means the cheating religion. So abandon all varieties of cheating religion. All right. So he starts from there. Anyway, I don't want to go into that. It's a big topic. So now he says, 66, he says, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. So what Krishna says, surrender unto me. He didn't say, convert to my religion. You become my religion, only you can go to heaven. You can go to... No, he say, surrender unto me. What is surrender means? Giving up everything. You know, when you surrender, When I say like you are going to war, suddenly the opposite soldier point the gun at you. Surrender or get killed. You raise your hand. Yes, surrender. So here you must have big pankar, Oh, I am a captain of the thing and everything. So the fellow just pull the thing off, pull your cap off, ask you to open the shirt, right? And might put you that you will be standing on your underwear. All right, you rip everything, all your uniform, you'll be standing in the underwear. All right, you surrender. Then after that, he take you and put you to the POW, prisoner of war, and give you protection and give you everything, and you're safe from the type of danger. That means you're safe from any war, any soldier, you will never get killed. You're sure you can go back alive after the war. So like that. So when you surrender to Krishna means, you don't surrender, oh Krishna, I surrender to you. But back of my mind, are you sure or not? I surrender to Krishna, Krishna, I surrender to you. Can you just take care of me? Don't let that. Okay. Abandon all varieties of religion. He didn't say, convert to my religion, convert to this, convert to this. No time for that. He says, just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. But when you look at other scriptures, you just convert, accept this, and all your sins will be removed. You see the difference? All right. So now the purport in 66, also there's another verse that it says, Anukulyasya sankalpa, Pratikulyasya varjanam, Rakshishayatiti vishvaso, Gopi trite varanam tata, Atma nikshepa karpane, Satvida sharanagati. In the surrendering process, one should accept things favorable for discharging devotional service. Right? So what are the surrender process? Favorable. You can also take this photo. Number 2, reject things which is not favorable. And always believe firmly in the Lord's protection. You must always believe in that. Krishna will take care, and he will definitely take care. Feel exclusively dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Have no interest separate from the interest of the Lord, and always feel oneself meek and humble. Okay. Now, then this is another beautiful part, 68, 69, because you are already end of the verse, it's only 70 verse. What Krishna says in 68, 69, now think about it. Why I'm telling you to distribute Bhagavad Gita. We are always thinking about how we can serve Krishna, how we can please him. But 68, 69, Krishna says this very nicely. For one who explained the supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. And after that, he said so nicely, there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Now you'll be wondering, I'm giving a Bhagavad Gita to somebody, he's not even a devotee. You don't know. When the Bhagavad Gita goes into someone else, that means there's some devotees are waiting to see that. When that person takes it and read it and there's a changes in mind, and you are the one that more dear to him, and there'll be no. Okay? For one who explained the supreme secret, you also can take photo of this or mark this in Bhagavad Gita 68, 69. For one who explained the supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end, he will come back to me. There's no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Okay? So that is the thing. So this is very beautiful. 73. Now, this is the last one. Arjuna vacha nasto moha smritir labda tvat prasadan maya chuta stitosmi gata sandeha. Sandeha means sandegam. In Tamil, we call sandegam, the confusion. All right. Smagata sandeha karishye vachanang tava. Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. All my sandegam is gone. Sandeha. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt, and am prepared to act according to your instruction. So, my dear devotees, are you all clear? Are you all clear of doubt, confusion? Do you feel that this Bhagavad Gita can be the greatest solution for all the stress, trouble, frustration? Think about it. Then, the Sanjaya, who spoke at the first, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, now is giving the last thing. And Krishna says it's a goosebump. If you really think about it, it's a goosebump. 18.78. Sanjaya vacha yat Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Haribo. Wherever there's Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there's Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. So wherever there's Krishna, the master of mystic, where can you find Krishna is in that form? And wherever there's Arjuna, where can you find Krishna and Arjuna? And Arjuna in the form of a supreme archer. Where can you find them? You only can find them in that full military uniform. As Krishna as the supreme mystic and Arjuna as the supreme archer. Where can you find them? You only can find them in Bhagavad Gita. So, wherever Krishna and Arjuna exists in this form, that place you see opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is why I'm telling you, take your Bhagavad Gita wherever you go. Do not leave your house without Bhagavad Gita. Keep the Bhagavad Gita in your car glove box. Keep it when you're having a bag, carry, you just carry it with you. If you don't have a handbag, carry it with your hand. At least you are holding Krishna, the supreme archer, and the supreme mystic you are carrying with him. Wherever you go, your workplace, your wherever, and keep it beside your bed. You have a small study place, you have a small bench. Keep it on it. Last thing before you go to bed, look at it. Touch it. Just open and see something. And first thing in the morning, you take it. Keep Bhagavad Gita close to your heart. Worship Bhagavad Gita. Keep it in your altar. But the way to worship Bhagavad Gita is not by doing puja, not that way. The way to worship Bhagavad Gita is by studying it. So since you have that most supreme amulet, the supreme protection, that this kind of protection that nothing in these three world like ghosts, hobgoblin, black magic, and all this tantra, yantra, nothing can hit you. Why not just keep it with yourself? And also be the good Samaritan. There's so many people out there, they need this book, but they don't realize it. Be the person that's going to inspire them. Like the next program is starting in the morning, all right? 18th, this thing. There's so many retired people are sitting at home. Encourage them. Why not you just spare 2 hours of your day, Monday to Friday, right? Saturday, Sunday, you be with your family and children. They all live. Encourage them to come and join. So you are doing a greatest favor to them. Think about the person who encouraged you to come for this session. If you think there's a big change in your heart, maybe you can call them, you send them a message, WhatsApp, just thank them, big gratitude, right? Because without their mercy, you might not got this opportunity, right? So take the formula very strictly, RDC formula, read the book, distribute the book, and chant 16 rounds. You start to see your life will become very sublime. So there's a Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who need a Srimad Bhagavatam, you can consider owning one. I got one set in English. I got one set in Tamil. Right? If there's any questions, any comment, we can start. So I think there's a question in the question. Skanda Prabhu would have the whole situation have changed if Arjuna did not follow his guideline. Of course, Krishna followed. Krishna is the master of all mystic. He have created the situation. If only when Arjuna says, bring the chariot and park in front, I want to see who are the people assembled here to fight. If only he brought the chariot, put in front of Drona, Duryodhana, and Karna, definitely the situation might not happen. He'll be very angry. But what he did, he went and put right in front of Dronacharya and Bhishma. When he started to see his grandfather and the teacher, he became overwhelmed. All right? So he's the master of mystic, created that environment. Why are there no Krishna idol statue in the various Hindu temple around the whole temple, especially in southern temple? When that's the thing, Prabhu, because to understand Krishna, see, all that acharyas are from South India. Okay, like Ramanujacharya. Okay, Then that Nimbarka, all these things, like Karnataka, like for instance, you know that Brahma Madhava Gaudiya, Madhavacharya is also from Karnataka. All these under South Indian territory. Okay, but of course, there is, but as time swallow them. Okay, the time swallow them. If you see that the South Indian civilization, they have very antique civilization. That means they make the things made from the stone and everything, right? So in order to understand Prabhu, I suggest you to read this book, the Mahabharata. It's compiled by my friend. His name is Chandru Ramesh. He compiled scientific evidence, right? He did research. If any of you need that book, I'm distributing the book. I think the price is around 70 ringgit. You can own that book. Okay. I got another few more copies. If any one of you interested, you can PM me. You can have that book, right? It's an ancient civilization under the teachings of this thing. What happened in South India? That means the South Indian was really not a devotee. You will be surprised because in South India, they call Krishna as Malon or Melon. You know, sometimes there's a word Melon, M-A-L-O-N, Melon, something like that, right? Now we had to come to real knowledge, the real object. Okay, Chaitanya Daya Maya. Now we had come to real knowledge, real object of knowledge, and real knower. Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Exactly. ISKCON temple are designed and built in different shape and size as compared to usual Shivan, Murugan, Saraswati, Kali, and Ganesh temple. Why? Are we ISKCON different? Even temple festivity, prayer, ritual differ from Krishna teaching. All right. Now, when you look at the ISKCON temple, there's no such thing as a standard design. The temple is follow that what they call the sastra. We call there's a what sastra they call the building temple. There's I forgot the name. They follow that standard actually, right? When you see, okay. So
Vastu.
no, not Vastu. There's a sastra that they used to follow that kind of ritual, you know, to build temples. So ISKCON is a preaching center. We are not a ritualistic center. We don't do rituals. We don't do these kind of things, right? So here's the people, they come, we tell them, you serve Krishna. We just like build a house so everybody can come and serve the temple, all right? Serve the Lord. Okay, we are not into that idea about creating a temple or what they call a ritualist, like when you see the Shivan temple and all these other temple like South Indian Kali temple, they follow that sastra. They call, there's a term for it. They follow that Vedic sastra. That means people come and those who stay in the temple, only the pujari, people just walk in, just pray and go. You understand, Prabhu? Skanda Prabhu? You understand? Are you there? Okay, we're here. You got it or not? So if you go to any Murugan temple, what do? You just go there, do archana and go back. Yes or not?
Yeah, Prabhu.
You
I just saw the Kanda Sasti Sostram in Trichy yesterday.
Okay.
You know, so many people doing so many rituals. And
no. The thing is, in that kind of temple, people come, pray, and go. You got it, Prabhu? But the ISKCON temple is created in such a way, it's like a family. You come, you take ownership, you serve in the temple. It is just like a house. You come, you cook, and you eat, you clean. It just creates that kind of environment. So the building is not important. The most important is the mood. Okay, Prabhu?
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, and the prayers and rituals differ from Krishna teaching. Of course, there is 108 Puranas, all right? And the Puranas are divided into these three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. All right? So certain Puranas are under the mode of goodness, under certain Puranas under this thing. And the Puranas in the mode of ignorance, like Markandeya Purana, okay? In that Purana, they'll be talking about slaughtering goats and all this is Puranas in mode of ignorance. So even the Puranas are divided into three. So what we are following that what they call what Purana? What we call our Brahma? What is the word for? Oh my God, Krishna! Why giving me forget? I'm forgetting things. What do you call that Purana? That Brahma Samhita. I mean, Bhagavata Purana. So we call Bhagavata Purana. So Bhagavad Purana is Srimad Bhagavatam. It's more of transcendental goodness, beyond the transcendental goodness. All right. So therefore, the rituals are same, different. For them is pray. That means you glorifying the Lord, glorifying people, come just glorify Krishna, give me this, give me that. Even don't talk about this Shivan temple. Even you go to any Tirupati temple, you go to this any Vishnu temple. Like if you go to Klang Perumal temple, it's like that. Ritual after ritual. Oh Lord, it's a kind the Lord like a king coming out and giving you darshan, and he said, "Ask whatever you want, I shall give." All right. But here in ISKCON, what we do, Krishna, after so many birth and death, I'm here. Please give me service. Engage me in the service. Inspire me from the heart. What I should do. Give me more taste to chant Hare Krishna. Give me more this thing. And while you're praying, suddenly they call the lunch is ready or the dinner is ready. If you go to other temple, if you go, what they give you lemon rice, pulisoru, pongasoru, and kachang. But in ISKCON temple, they give you a full feast. Yes or not? And people come and say, can you come like have prasadam? I say, no, I don't want to have prasadam. Because I think it's a lemon rice, sweet rice, and some kachang kuda, right? I say, no, please come and see. We have so many varieties. What varieties? Or maybe you put what Kolkata, the usual. No, we have a feast. 11 items, 15 items. Wow. Hey, this is supposed to be right. Yeah, there's prasadam. And after they eat, usually, I don't know, if you have not tried, every time when a devotee goes and eat the temple prasadam for a first time, they'll become overwhelmed. Yes or not? I believe all of you have experienced that, right? It's a kind of overwhelming feeling. Yes, Prabhu?
True.
When I went to Bangalore, I went there, then what happened? I think I forgot to bring money or something like that. So I went to the temple, they asked me to pay. I was like, yeah, pay. I didn't bring money. Those days there's no...
Darshan.
No, not darshan, prasadam. You have to pay for the prasadam. The ISKCON Bangalore, right? So I didn't bring cash. I don't know. I didn't bring cash or something. I don't have cash with me that time. I think I left it in the hotel or something like that. So the auto guy, the fellow is like, I've booked with him and I paid him and I thought I got a wallet, but I didn't bring. I was just thinking, what is this, Krishna? Me also have to pay. And they just give me one small bowl of khichdi, just this much. And until today, I remember the taste. I think that's the best khichdi I've ever eaten in my life. Because that's Krishna Prasadam. The food that you can remember. This I'm talking about when my daughter was not born. She's 17, 18 years ago. Yes, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu?
Delhi, same, Babu. Delhi. ISKCON temple in Delhi.
Yes.
Same khichdi, Babu.
Yeah.
You go again and again to fill your stomach. But
exactly. Because we are going to eat there not to, of course, we are hungry. We are just eating.
why I went, Babu?
We are just eating just to fill our stomach.
Yeah.
But the mercy of Krishna, it satisfies your entire senses, right? In fact, I don't even wash my hand.
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't wash my hand. I just want to wow until the thing, so satisfying. Dr. Manjit, thank you thank you so much, Prabhu, Dr. Manjit Singh Prabhu. I'm so happy. And I'm grateful to your daughter, because of her, she wanted me to start back the session because I was just thinking of doing Saturday, but she insisted to do this Namahat program. And end up we started on Thursday. And through that, I got a group of wonderful devotees and I'm really having a good time. Such a beautiful situation. And I'm so grateful to her. And I'm also grateful to you. I heard that you have chanted 16 rounds. She told me yesterday. And I'm really overwhelmed to hear that. I hope that you can go on chanting, okay, and reading Bhagavad Gita. And also, you can also share your experience, all right? You can just type and share your experience. I'm so eager to know how things that transform your life, okay? Very difficult to get the Hindus, especially to join ISKCON because the festivity and cultural beliefs are so diversified. No, it doesn't matter. We are not targeting any Hindus. We are targeting human beings. Anyone who got pain and pleasure in life, they are the best candidate to become a devotee. You know? So like for instance, people say, I want to do, no. The best people those who have got pain and pleasure. And every human being got pain and pleasure. A day will come when something going to give them a tight slap in life, then they'll start to look for, for the truth. You see, so nobody joins ISKCON. Nobody joins ISKCON. To be a devotee is your constitutional position. You have to realize that. Okay, thank you. And Chana Lakshmi Mata, you want to say something?
Yes, Prabhu. Regarding about the statues and idols, Prabhu, shall I put in this way? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in a hidden way. But before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, there were a lot of temples, Prabhu. So the people stick to it. So they didn't realize of the Krishna's movement at that time. No Krishna temples was there. Can I put in this way, Prabhu?
I didn't get you. You're saying before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, what happened?
No, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in hidden ways so that people won't realize
no.
that he is
Okay.
Krishna.
Chaitanya
So-
Mahaprabhu came in a hidden way because initially when he started to show this thing, and of course he can't perform his Leela, right? He can't perform his Leela, he cannot fulfill that his mission. So he
so
came, he showed his
by
mission,
the
then he left.
by the time temples were there and the people get used to it, Prabhu. So that's why people realize lately about Krishna's movement. And I
Well,
put this way.
there's one thing, but but that is contradicting, no. Because Krishna, as we study in Bhagavad Gita, all right, by the mercy of Krishna and Guru, you will come to that. You have to be blessed. It is not a random thing. It's not like everybody, of course, everybody can get it. But only the chosen one will be attracted to it. When we sing Hare
And
Krishna, we dance.
regarding Okay, Prabhu. About the sizes of temples, Prabhupada choose this kind of temples to be built for Krishna. So they follow the same procedure. Is it okay?
The size of the temple,
There's someone asked the size of temples are different from the Krishna temples.
the
So,
design.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhupada chose.
Like for instance, no. Prabhupada didn't choose anything specific. When he built the temple in Vrindavan, he built according to that Vrindavan taste. When he built the temple in Mayapur, it's totally Bengali taste. And now there's a temple built in Salem, Tamil Nadu. It builds according to that South Indian Tamil Nadu taste, South Indian taste. He never put any specific design for the temple, as far as I know.
Okay, Prabhu. And then last one, Prabhu, the easiest way to surrender to Krishna is to chant in rasas and confidence. Must chant in rasa.
Chant in what?
Chant in confidence with rasa.
Okay, that is as you advance, not when you start.
Then second, must serve the devotees and Guru.
Correct.
Then
That is once you get your Guru.
Yes, Prabhu. Then automatically Krishna will accept our mistakes and can go to Godhead, Prabhu.
Krishna will start to accept your offering from the day one itself. That's when your faith will increase.
Yes, Prabhu.
Say, like for instance, you qualify everything, you come back to me, finish. Nobody qualifies, right? From the day one, when you chant Hare Krishna, you got the taste. From the day one, you start to offer something, you got the taste. So Krishna is accepting. Krishna is our father. He's a loving father. He's always waiting when you're going to serve him. But of course, as we advance, okay. All right. So anyway, 11:23. My God, thank you so much. I'm so grateful that all of you stayed up to now. Please do
Hare
me a
Krishna,
small favor.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, just do me a small favor, please. I would like to know how you feel about the class, because the only way that, because for me to understand how the thing impacted you by you sharing your testimony or your feeling. All right. So please put in your testimony in the group, in a WhatsApp group. So these testimonies I usually send to my spiritual master, and also to some of mentors, right? Because they want to know, you are doing this and what is the result, right? So just express what you feel from the deep of your heart. Okay, don't write something which is just 1 or 2 words, or maybe if you like to do your voice, you want to record in your voice message, you can even record your voice, or you want to type, you can even type, even you want to make a video about yourself, and also you can do so. Please do so, because that's a benchmark for me to know how the thing works. All right. At the same time, on the 18th April, we are starting next program. And please encourage, of course, I know Monday to Friday, the people who are free is maybe housewives or retirees. Okay, I know you got a lot of retired friends. Tell them, make best use of these 18 days. From 18th, only 5 days, Monday to Friday. We finish by 11th. 11th what? 11th December. Okay, so 11th December. So let's end the year with such a with blissful feeling. Okay, so please encourage everyone, and please follow the RDC formula to your best capability. Don't force yourself, don't fake yourself. Krishna also said, I mean, you're what they call, you are renouncing, but your mind thinking about it, you're just a pretender. Just do as you go. Always, Prabhupada, when you read the purport, you always say gradually, go gradually. All right. It is not today you start, tomorrow you be a pure devotee. Don't rush. Oh, I don't have enough time. I don't get the taste. Oh, there are a lot of books to read. I want to read this. No, don't rush. Because we learn the 4 secret, the 4 important mantras. All right. Maybe Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, maybe you can put in the group. What are the 4 important mantras? In that 4 mantras, Krishna said, right? He will come and remove the ignorance. You just do what you can do. Just perform. But one thing, take the Gita wherever you go. Keep the Gita. Travel with the Gita. Always have the Gita with you. Don't leave your house without Bhagavad Gita. All right? So with that thought, thank you so much. It has been such a pleasurable moment in time I had. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being very patient with me. In certain times, maybe I should have said something, have offended you, or missed the words, or spoke something which is out of the topic, or whichever way that I've offended you, confused you, or maybe made you to think that this is otherwise. All right, kindly forgive me. Maybe this is just with the flow of words. Sometimes when you get excited, when you become like flow of words, I might have said something wrong. So kindly forgive me. And what is my goal about doing this thing is that you understand your constitutional position. That's number 1. And number 2, you understand your constitutional service. That we as a living entity, we serve. And what is the topmost, and all the secret has been revealed in Bhagavad Gita. I just tried my level best to express it, to share with you as much as I can. Okay. In that process, if any offenses, please kindly forgive me. And what else I can say? Thank you so much. My gratitude to all of each and every one of you. Because of your enthusiasm, I love doing this so much. Right? So please go on, inspire me, so that I can help me to serve Krishna. And please help me to serve my spiritual master. And if you think you like to do some service, right? I got some little service that I need. I need to buy a japa mala, the chanting bag and the beads. I'm waiting for the price. So I'm not sure what is the price now. Formerly, I used to get around 10 ringgit per set. So I'm not sure what is the price now. So, but I want something like around 100 pieces. It may cost you 1,000 or whichever, because I need to know the stock. So if any one of you want to do that, take that service, all right, you also can pay me any amount, all right? It doesn't matter. But I'm not saying this if you think you like to do, all right? I'm not going to take into consideration. So it all depends. And And please don't bank into my account. Okay, I will tell you have to bank into Todu at Penang. So if everything is done, then I'll inform you. Okay. And if you need books, of course, the book money you can bank into me. I got books that you want to distribute, so you can consider distributing the books. And other than that, I just don't want to say goodbye. We have to end here. But
We see you again, Prabhu. We see you again, Prabhu.
See you again, right? So this is a beginning. You have already understand this, the Bhagavad Gita, in a summary. You must understand, we only spoke on summary. So I hope you all study in detail. And of course, I plan, because since I've changed the class to morning, I'm planning to do 1 or 2 classes, maybe Friday. Maybe I can pick up Bhagavatam or other subjects we can talk. Anyway, let's keep the option open. Okay. Please forgive me and please bless me so that I can serve my spiritual master and I can serve Prabhupada and entire Guru Varga, Guru Parambara, and also Krishna. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhescha kripa sindhubhyevacha paditanam pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhayo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Good night. Have a
Hare
wonderful
Krishna,
moment.
Prabhu.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
very much, Prabhu. Hare Bol.
It's a
Hare Bol.
moment.
Gauranga. Hare Bol.